Oh, do we have sound? We do.
Yeah, I plug the thing in. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, I'm good there. Yeah, just let me know if you need me to kick down those headphones or not.
Drum up.
What?
Turn your snare drum up.
How's that?
Oh boy.
Good. Is that good?
Good.
Okay. What are you doing, bro?
Spill over here.
What are you doing? Just remember, whatever mess you make.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna sit down. Oh, Maron.
Are we live? Are we in the pre-party?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me pull up chat on my computer so I can see it.
Happen to catch that Sopranos thing I sent in the Instagram group chat?
I honestly can't remember.
It's like POV waking up as Tony Soprano, or it's walking to the Sopranos.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, yeah.
Woke up in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. I just started watching Sopranos, so.
Did you?
Yeah,
Have you not seen it ever?
No, I've never watched it. Okay. But the.
Have you seen any shooting scenes yet?
Yeah, but not.
Does this trigger you?
No. See,
that's how they all shoot.
No, you did it.
You're gonna notice it now.
So there's a lot I don't know, but at the same time, unfortunately, due to pop culture, due to it being out so long, there's a lot I know.
Yeah, you're gonna know a lot.
But like one of the things that stuck out is like my wife and I are just like, oh shit, didn't realize how funny it was.
It's hilarious.
There's a lot of funny shit in it, and I'm just like, oh man, this is fucking rad.
I want to rewatch it all straight through.
That's what I did.
I've seen it in like big chunks. I've never seen
the whole thing. So like, we can at most we watch 2 episodes in a day. So like we're
Corey
6 or 7.
Sugar better not stink up that mic.
I knew. I told you.
We're not eating the gummy. You're gonna be the first one. You're gonna tear that ear off like fucking Tyson.
Imagine if that was like a fucking THC gummy.
Oh my god!
You can kill a lot of people.
it's
yeah, like, they say you can't OD on marijuanas.
Can you see the moistness?
Hold on. Let me moisture
the overall moisture in the bag.
Very firm.
Shouts to Tim. He's the one who sent it. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing before I was distracted.
Corey, check this out. Ready? Like that.
Oh boy.
It's fucking dense.
It is. It's thick. It's a thick boy.
It's like ballistic gel.
4.5 pounds of moist bear.
You know what we could do? We can literally do experiments with that. You got a skull? We can put it in that.
Yeah, like a little Lego skull, see if it cracks.
Yeah, we could do all sorts of tests. We were actually talking about how we're going to consume it. And we were thinking we could slice it up like a prime rib, grill it.
Stick it on a shawarma post.
And marinate it for a little while. Yeah,
shave it with a shawarma trimmer.
I think laying it down and coining it.
And just, give it the slices. No, that's probably going to be the best bet.
Oh, your wife said no spoilers, please. I do have to spoil one thing.
No.
It's not pertinent to the story, though.
Why?
You got to just look for it. That's all I'm going to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you when it is. It's not a spoiler, I promise.
Swear to God.
So, I don't know how early Tony's mother is in the show.
Very early. We're like 6 episodes in, and she's been in 4 of them, I think.
Okay, so...
if not more.
Eventually, there's an episode where she looks very strange.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps making the same facial expression. She's like...
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so fucking bizarre. She looks weird.
Did they have to reuse...
Yes, they CGI'd her face onto another woman's body because she died in real life.
Oh, Jesus.
So you'll know when you see it because her head looks like it's just going like this on like another person who's clearly just sitting there not doing that. And you'll know it when you see it. You're going to be like, oh, God damn it.
Not my favorite character by any means.
Oh, she's the fucking worst.
Okay. I just, like, again, I don't want to go into
trash.
Don't only a few episodes in. Not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. Even Uncle Junior, not a big fan.
No.
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that.
Stugatz on him.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
That's
buddy.
a lot of money.
Buddy, look at that chat.
I'll donate $420.69 to Buck for Boys who eats the whole gummy bear.
How long would it take you?
Yeah, how long do I have?
120 calories per serving.
There's 50.
51 servings.
So this is a 5,000 calorie bear.
Oh my God. All right. You do remember how,
That's crazy you did that math so fast.
I know the man's good. Remember how Corey explained to us not too long ago about his donut eating experience?
Mm.
That's a lot of bear.
That's a lot of.
If I ate that whole thing, I'm fairly certain I'd puke about that much fluid. And it'd be red.
Once you get all the moistness out, it's just jelly.
Like, you have to try to pick it up. So I can only
No,
imagine having this all in your stomach. That's a lot of weight to bear.
That
That was
an
an unbearable dad joke.
Oh God.
Kyle said,
Just went there.
that Ed is one sexy piece of ace.
What?
Thanks for letting me use your truck, big guy. Oh,
Can Kyle hurdle though?
he can.
Can he? Even though he says he can't.
He can.
Okay.
I was thinking about a new segment.
Segment.
That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
A weekly big shouts section. Real quick. You just run through your big shouts for the week. Somebody helped you out.
Isn't that callbacks?
You could be under callback.
Technically. Yeah. Yeah.
But I was going to start with the big shouts.
Like a mouth hug.
Yeah, weekly mouth hug. I didn't write down the people I was going to say, so it's going to be completely disorganized.
This doesn't help.
No, it
you
doesn't.
push for your
Hey,
segment.
pre-party shouts to Kyle. Thanks for letting me use your truck, buddy. I love you.
You're perhaps
So disorganized.
you got to put a business plan together. We need a proposition.
I was driving, and I'm like, because that's where I do all my thinking, being that I drive fucking 4 hours a day. And I was like, oh, a shout section would be awesome because we all get help from people that we know in the area
Yeah, all the time.
all the time.
I mean, again, huge shouts to Tim
Yeah.
and Pete Coots we'll talk about that stuff later. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A shout section would be
Yeah.
cool.
I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab my water.
You gonna slide another turd out?
Oh, maybe I should eat the gummies.
Yeah. You gonna launch the SS Brownfish? Well, that was here that we looked that up, right? Did we look up other words for saying you're pooping? I think so. Launching the SS Brownfish?
I think we did, but I figured we've forgotten all of them by now.
Yeah, that's what we do in our free time.
Mom, I was on the podcast. You've got to give it a listen.
Got to check this out.
Poopy!
Just get past the first 15 minutes.
24 hours? If I ate one serving... Wait, how many servings are in there?
51.
If I ate 2 servings every hour, that math almost lines up.
Right. So my
Stay up
question...
for 24 hours and eat 5 pounds of gummy bears? That's a double challenge.
My
Yeah,
question
I can do
is
that.
is there something the human body can consume to offset the sugar?
I don't know if it's the sugar as much as the gelatin. Like how fast
That's
does the human
they're-
body break down
They're
gelatin?
probably both a big problem.
I was going to make a... what's that?
EpiPen?
Yeah.
You're going to stab yourself?
I was going to make like a jab joke. Because what's the thing where if you eat too much sugar?
$400
Diabetes?
is not enough
Diabetes.
money to
Yeah.
get diabetes. Yeah.
Whatever counteracts diabetes.
Nothing. They just cut your toes off.
That's true.
Yeah. And you go blind.
Yeah, that's like the dude on Mr. Beast. He's got the lower intestine thing. They're
Right,
like,
right,
Yeah, they
that's-
just cut your intestines out. I was like,
Yeah.
ah!
And then you just poop in a bag.
Yeah.
Or you just carry a bag of poop all the time.
I think I'd rather...
I got to shut those other lights off.
I don't know, dude. Carry a bag of poop or... Oh, no, because it's kind of both an eating thing. Because diabetes, you can't eat a bunch of sugar. And IBS or whatever he has, you can't have like anything. It makes you shit water. Or corn. Wait, he said corn. He can't eat corn. He just diarrheas. Show them sausage and peppers? Oh, wait. That was Raph that I showed my friend eating his own sausage and pepper throw up?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Tried to get it on Barstool Sports.
Didn't pan out.
Didn't fly.
No
Didn't
dice.
pan out, yeah. We could have been living lavish.
Are they too highbrow for that kind of content now?
Yeah, I guess.
You never know. You ready? I think.
I'm ready.
All set, Ben? Okay.
I'm ready.
We're recording. I think we're good. We're going to do this. Just going to take some insulin. Going to have insulin on
Yeah,
hand.
insulin. Narcan.
Not that one. I don't know if that's going to help you in this.
Hit me with the
Get in there.
Narcan. I'm eating the gummy.
Perhaps if that was a, THC gummy, even then still no. Cocaine gummy.
If that was a THC gummy, and there's 50 servings,
Yeah.
that's a lot of milligrams.
150,000 milligrams.
It's something
Dude.
Uncle Joey Coco Diaz would do.
If you ate that, you'd literally be orbiting the sun somewhere.
you would be an asteroid. That's it.
I wonder what happened if you ate that much marijuana.
You'd go to a different dimension.
Would you ever recover?
Probably.
Would you be high for a longer period of time?
A couple days.
Days. All right.
I mean,
Somebody inject.
All right. I'm going to hit the button. Let's roll.
okay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Shook.
Oh, well, that's usually two other people.
I know.
Hello.
Corey.si and Chuck, who are both traveling this week. Corey is partaking in the mint, so we wish him, Garrett, and the rest of the team a very successful race, we hope.
El good lucko. That's Spanish for good luck.
And I believe Chuck's away on business, so we wish Chuck good business.
El good lucko on business, though.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
In studio, we have our friend, Mr. Ben Peterson.
Hello.
Ben is coming to hang out with us. He's a friend of ours that we've been friends for probably 10 years or so now, I think, close to it.
Yep.
He's been around forever. He's built some cool cars, has some cool cars currently, and are going to talk about his EV experiences and a particular brand and, the pros and cons about said brand. Before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by you and all of our faithful listeners and supporters and all of the B4B subs. Nice and simple. That's it. We'll keep moving right now. Callbacks. I'm going to hit the button.
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
I think I have a couple. Do you have any callbacks, Shook?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who subscribed after I made that beautiful song.
That was a very, yes.
It was pretty forceful.
I actually didn't make it, but
I
I yelled it.
You were the sauce for the
pot.
yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm going to keep screaming if they don't start subscribing. So, and I don't want to make this like a thing where like, well, let's not subscribe so he screams. I'm going to scream.
There's your new segment right there.
Right.
Yeah.
why
Shook
Shook screaming?
Yeah, why is he screaming again?
Let's see.
Also, thank you to everybody who followed our Instagram page.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
huge shouts. Matter of fact, thank you to everybody who followed the YouTube page. Thank you to everybody who followed our TikTok. Gained some followers on TikTok.
Somebody told me we had a TikTok. I don't talk the tick.
Oh yeah, you weren't here last week.
No. My
Yeah, we have a
girlfriend's
TikTok.
big into it. I just don't get it.
It's a big market.
I don't know if I want to wrap my head around it yet.
Big market.
Oh, I lied. I posted one thing on TikTok.
So you have a TikTok.
I have one.
You do have one.
I have one. But I don't use it. And then I was like, I'm going to post something. And I did. And I was like, I don't even know what I just did.
It is
It's
a lot.
It's confusing.
There's a lot to take on.
Yeah,
But it's a very good tool, actually, because you can do a lot of stuff video-wise and whatnot and things like that.
I mean, it seems interesting. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just like, it was like, what would you like to post? What would you like to post on your post? Do you want a duet? Do you have a friend in mind? What do you want to tag this? It's got filters. I was like, I'm overwhelmed. I just want to post this video that already is made.
This is a lot.
Change is hard.
Yeah,
It is hard.
exactly. That's going to be a very good summary of this episode. Let's see. We'll do a callback actually to we'll get this right right out in the opens. To P Coots. Shouts to P Coots. He sent us some socks, some snap-on socks that are over there on the desk. We have 4 pairs of those.
They're thick.
They are thick, boys. I think the timing is perfect because we're at the end of the winters, we hope. But it's still a little rainy, still a little damp.
It's
So
at the end of the winter. You don't want to use your heating oil.
Yep.
So you got to put on big socks.
We all know how expensive heating oil currently is.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Have you seen the price of gas?
$5.
We're gonna get into
over
this.
there.
We're gonna get into this. But we have 4 pairs. That is what, 8 feet.
That's enough for Chuck to wear for 1 week and only 1 week.
Or we're all gonna take a pair, do a little review, and we'll follow up on the Snap-on socks.
I don't know if I have shoes that those are going to fit in. I wear my shoes a half size small because when you break them in, they fit perfect. Capiche?
How long does it take you to break your shoes? All that time you're
Like 2 weeks.
uncomfortable?
2 weeks.
What do you do for jeans?
Oh, you never sacrifice on comfort for the jeans, you know?
I just score of the chat. Is he in the chat? I hope.
He just slapped his forehead wherever he is.
He's
texting you right now.
you
I want him
buy-
off. I
you
want
get
him
him
off.
off.
I
You
like
buy-
to make an HR complaint.
Did you say you buy your shoes a half size small?
Yeah. So I'm probably a 12. I buy 11 and a halves.
What if the shoe doesn't come in half sizes?
So Vans, if it's the canvas material,
Mm-hmm.
you avoid that completely. That does not stretch.
Mm-hmm.
I've had them for forever. I skated in
Just
them.
blow your toes right through.
It
'em.
hurts so bad. Like they fit until you stand in them and my feet spread out. Game over. If they don't have a half size, I don't buy them.
So if you don't have to walk in the shoes you buy, you're all right.
Yeah. 11 and a half fit perfect once you break them in for me, especially for skating. You can't, if you have a floppy shoe, because then if you tie them super tight, they look ridiculous.
What size? What size Osiris you wear?
One size fits all with those. I think the inside's really cushiony. You just smash your foot in.
It just doesn't matter, right?
Like memory foam in
The
there.
exterior of the shoe all look the same.
They're all the same, they're all the same size.
The size differential is right in the inside. That's it. Yeah, how deep of a shoe do you wear? That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't go by size. They
Yeah.
go by length.
Just depth of the like.
That's small toes.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, promoted the TikTok, promote the YouTube. Again, thanks to everybody on the YouTube. I thought I had more callbacks, but a lot of my callbacks go into the questions. Oh, that was it. P. Coots for the socks, and huge shouts to Tim Connors, which I believe is in the chat, who sent us an Amazon box that I rolled up here last night to get because Amazon was supposed to deliver it today when we record, but they delivered it a night early. So it's fine. I just didn't want to leave it outside. It was supposed to be some inclement weather today. So I ran up last night and grabbed the box. I'm like, oh shit, this box weighs about 8 pounds. And, whatever. Who knows what's in here? Could be
Breadsticks.
marital aids that weigh a lot. I don't know. But it was a box. So I'm like, all right, I'll save it. We'll open it when the boys get back or whatever.
Was it
But
well packed?
yeah, it was just in a Amazon. Yeah, you just,
There wasn't 4.5 pounds sliding around.
right,
inside?
flopping around. Yeah. So I decided to do an unboxing for our vlog, which I'll put out just because I couldn't wait to see what was in the box. And proceeded to open it. It was a box of Reese's Treats, which is wonderful over there sitting on the desk. And then the piece de resistance is that gigantic bear, the world's largest gummy bear, matter of fact, sitting on the edge of our desk, our table.
Gotta say, those Reese's, not for me.
No?
I'm going to have to agree. They were terrible.
Not for me. Listen, I love Reese's and I love you for sending those, but that mallow.
What if you eat it what if you flip it?
Not enough peanut butter. It's a waste of a Reese's. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd have to pay me to eat another one of those. Yeah.
What if you double stack?
I hate coconut, and I would eat a whole coconut right off a tree before I ate those.
Oh, wow.
I put it below coconut.
That's serious.
It's like cucumber, coconut, then those.
What you lack in those Reese's, you're going to make up in eating that gummy.
Yeah. I'm going to throw up a lot.
You insulted the man's Reese's. Now you're going to
Now
eat
you
his
have to
gummy.
eat that whole gummy.
Throw it up.
That is a 4-pound, 8-ounce sweet baby Jesus of a gummy at the end of the table. When I opened the box, I can't wait to put the vlog out because my reaction just started laughing. I've never seen something so.
It's going to be even funnier out of the bag.
Oh yeah,
Seeing the true gloss. on
right,
the sucker.
exactly. And like
It's nice and sweaty.
we're just gonna handle. It's just gonna be so greasy. It's gonna be like a snail.
Slippery.
You go to
Snail
bite it, it's just
everywhere.
like right straight to the floor.
But it is absolutely beautiful. We love it. I kind of want to save it. Part of me says we shouldn't eat it, but it does have a shelf life. I did notice that. It does say it's good till 2/11/23.
Yeah, and I imagine the day before it goes bad, it's going to be as hard as this table.
So, I mean, is it one of those things that we put in a, what do they call them, a bug out bag and save it for the inevitable apocalypse?
Preserve it without the bag.
Right, like fish.
Yeah.
if we stick it in
taxidermists involved?
if we stick it in a bunch of salt.
Yes, salt cure gummy
Just
bear.
salt cure the gummy bear.
Yeah, you want some gummy jerky?
Well, we're going to dry age it. We're going to dry age the gummy bear. But no, seriously, huge shouts to Tim Connors for sending us those treats. It's quite good. Double D603. Just calling you out, buddy.
Get some again, and they body him. Brother, you don't listen.
This is we have to be straight.
Listen,
Because I don't want to.
we're not yes men.
I don't want to do a car review
Yeah, we're not yes men.
and be like, no, those guys are just saying it because they got that.
No,
No, if it's shit.
no, we got these Reese's for free, and they're dog shit.
Oh my god. They will be eaten regardless.
Yeah, not by me though. Corey loves mallow Reese's.
I see the thing. They weren't that bad.
I don't like them. I will say this though, they're moist.
They're very moist.
They're-
It might just be this room.
They're fresh. Those are fresh off the Reese's press.
Yeah. Well, right. I'm sure they're an Easter thing. I think there's little bunnies on them, right?
I don't think you really. I was in deep thought on that. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
you were. I thought I lost you there for a second.
I'm not going to criticize
They're
the
little
Mallow
mallows.
Reese's anymore out of respect for the gift.
Right.
But it's Easter season, which is one of the best Reese's.
The egg.
The
Hey,
egg.
Reese's egg is the best.
The
Full
egg.
size, none of the juniors. The
Yeah.
full size Reese's egg is.
Yeah.
How's the anybody get their hands on a vanilla one?
Not since last year.
I gotta try it. You posted it, right? That was you that posted that, and I was like, I need it.
No. Well, I think we posted it, but who was it? Jingles the Clown.
Yeah. You can send those. I'll eat that. Thanks, bro.
He's all excited. Ben, when you talk, just pull that mic right up to you.
Okay.
Smash it.
Tim Connors, thank you very much for the treat. It was lovely. If anybody else wants to send us stuff and we can shit on it the entire time, thanks for
Tim, I'll give you a hug, buddy. I appreciate you.
we honestly, I gotta get a PO box. So
You
Tanya
can
and I
send
were
it to my house. I don't care.
Tanya and I were talking about, all right, maybe if we put like a box outside. And my unreasonable fear is that one time I walked out of here and looked a big old raccoon straight in the face. And I'm just like, well, if we put a box out there, I'm afraid a raccoon's going to get in it, lock himself in.
I wouldn't mind a
He's
pet
going to
raccoon.
eat all of our stuff. And then I'm going to go to unlock it, and there's going to be a big fat raccoon like Hank the Tank the Bear staring at me.
Oh my
Then we got
God.
Peter on our ass because we just gave a fucking raccoon all sorts of treats.
That's a big bear.
And now it's a huge bear. And now this poor raccoon wants to live on human food. This is my irrational fear.
Listen,
You
if
need a PO box.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, yeah, maybe we just get a PO box.
I can only imagine a raccoon doing really well with content. Imagine.
Right, it would.
Great
Like a
thumbnail.
pet raccoon.
Great
I would take it
thumbnail.
home and feed it.
Yeah, I like raccoons.
I
They're
think
awesome.
they're cute as hell.
They're super cool.
The video where he picks up the food and sprints off,
Yeah.
it's classic.
And always the videos with their other mates and their beady little eyes, and there's like 100 of them in the background.
So many.
Amazing.
You see the guy feeding them all hot dogs?
I did on his porch in like New Hampshire.
So many I would be overwhelmed. That's a lot of raccoons and a lot of hot dogs.
I'm a little worried for like,
You fucked up a whole raccoon community by doing that.
that's what I mean. It's
Yo,
like-
yeah, they're
it's
fucked
like-
without
The
him.
ecosystem is screwed.
I was just
Hey,
going to
man.
say, like,
They're all like, hey, man, you want to hunt? Nah, dude.
"No,
Hot
I'm
dogs.
good. Yeah.
Every week.
We got this guy, man. And it just changes everything. Like they can't eat whatever they do. I don't think they hunt. Are they carnivores? Are they carnivorous?
Yeah, they eat anything.
Okay.
They're trash
so
bandits.
eat whatever. Trash bandit. Right. That's
So
true.
hot dogs are regular.
Right. That's true. Right. Eating fucking hot dogs.
Dude, that deli must be so confused. Like, you buy 150 hot dogs a week. There's no way you're eating all these. No chance. You could just say he's got a hot dog shop to avoid awkward interactions. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I feed all the neighborhood raccoons. I'm kind of crazy.
Place called Stinky Pete's down the bottom.
Feeding raccoons hot dogs. It's probably like you're buying them in bulk, not at a deli.
Yeah.
Probably like Walmart hot
Day
dogs.
old, day old hot dogs. Yeah. A little bit past the, sell by date.
Hey, hot dogs you're throwing out?
I get a little worried for that guy for like the tick situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's probably had Lyme disease several times.
Huge.
Maybe that's why.
Huge rabies guy.
Yeah,
just
big
huge
Lyme
with the
disease guy.
rabies. Maybe he's hallucinating and thinks the raccoons are his friends.
Kyle, yes, we know it's Reese's Pieces. They're Reese's Pieces. Yeah, we know. You motherfucker.
It shouts the double D again.
Yeah, comment.
Can we serious that? What? None of you saying Reese's. Oh, Reese's?
Reese's.
It's Reese, a guy named Reese, and those are his pieces.
Reese's
Reese's
You gotta say Sopranos lingo. This is Reese, and you got the pieces. You know what I mean?
Hey, this guy would go.
Yeah.
This Reese's guy would go.
All right, let's keep it moving. Callbacks, we're good. Jeez. Anything else?
Usually this is where Corey asks me about my car.
Okay.
So tell me about your car, Shook.
Yeah. What'd you
The
do?
latest.
Not much.
Thanks for this.
I finalized the hole in the trans tunnel for all my wiring. I made a significant wiring purchase from
Purchase?
I like perch. It makes me
Perch?
seem young. Perch. I perched it.
Makes me seem young, says the guy who buys this fucking shoes a half a size too small.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to use TikTok.
Yeah.
That's what the TikTokers are saying. They perched it. Anyway, so I purchased a wiring harness from Chassis Harness.
Yep.
Our boy over there.
Mhm.
Episode 188? 87. I posted about it. You
Yeah.
Go check it out.
something.
189?
It's back there. Go look. When was that?
I don't know.
It's not
too
important.
long ago.
It is important, but we don't know the number.
Yeah, it's there. It's recent.
It's there. So I bought that. So that's going to go that way. And I've been working with him to get all the stuff ironed out. We're going to add in some fans and what have yous.
Mhm.
I'm also leaning towards removing the OEM heater box and getting one of those smaller ones,
Mm-hmm.
the rally ones that he suggested. And I also purchased a set of, I don't know how to say this, boat speakers.
Okay. Because they can handle
Marine
moisture.
grade, yeah.
It's gonna take me too long to Google, as everybody knows I'm terrible with Google. I have a screenshot of them.
Oh, wow.
They have lights. Oh, they're like pods.
Those are,
Yeah.
But do you see the clamping device?
Yeah,
They clamp on the cage.
yeah,
That's my idea.
right.
So I bought
Nothing like being safe by putting things that could rip off and hit you in the head.
They're metal mount, so they can't fly
Where
off
are you
and
mounting
snap
them?
on the cage.
Where?
Somewhere where they won't fly off and hit me in the head.
Low,
Low,
Yep.
to shoot up.
low and up. All right.
From behind.
They're very loud. That's
Yeah.
what the review
It
say.
could
And I
be
also-
like a one of those old sound seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a very small amp that I can mount somewhere for them to power them. And the last thing that I did was I got the rear control arms off and tacked in place the dual caliper mounts and brought those over to Norway Nils,
Okay.
who installed my cage.
So you, while we were eating dinner, elaborated on something
I forgot.
in a thought that you had, because I believe Ben asked you a question. Regarding
are you
vinyl or
wrapping
paint.
painting your car?
Oh, thank you. I'm an idiot. I've decided to go paint because I've already purchased paint. And I asked Mike how much it would be. And he said a number, and I went, well, it wasn't a terrible number, but I don't know, man. I just think paint is cool.
And that's
And there's nothing wrong with wrapping.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
like-
yeah. I get what you're saying.
Right now, it's very easy for like someone to just be like, I want to change the color of my car, and they just go wrap it. And that's great. But like painting is a commitment.
What are you doing with the
So
cage?
what happens? Yeah. What do you do when you crash?
More paint.
Like lightly crash. Like
More paint.
tap a wall. You
Well,
leave it or
the dude that's painting my car, I have an agreement with where we're like, when I left the Honda scene, I gave him a shell that was like in relatively really good condition, and a bunch of K-Series parts that I just wasn't going to use. And I also powder coated a couple things for him because he's just a friend of mine. And he said whenever my car is ready, he'll take care of all the paint and shit. Don't worry about it. So I paid for all the materials, like 90% of them so far. And he's going to take care of the car. But he's like, dude, if you crash, just bring me panels and I'll paint them. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I mean, eventually I would like to learn how to do it myself also. It's just having the space to shoot that shit. It's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think paint's like, you can't really like buff vinyl. You can buff vinyl, but like you can't like, I don't know. You don't take the same pride in it. I wouldn't. I'd just be like, yeah, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna even wash it. I just power wash it.
Mm-hmm. You can just rewrap it when something goes wrong.
Yeah, like I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care at all because like when you paint a car, you're like, yeah, I gotta take care of that.
You know what happens when you wall tap?
That's my thing is like
it's a badge of
what
honor.
you're using it for is the
Yeah, but that's almost like makes it cooler. It's like you got something to lose, you know?
You certainly do.
It's like you can't have gear fear though either. You just gotta send it. You drift, and if somebody hits you, you're like, dude.
I get an idea. You just put a bunch of gummy bears around the car.
Oh, like a boat?
Like
Like the buoys?
Exactly.
Or just
Just
rope
Just
them?
protect it.
Dude, that would, I'm fairly certain you could get into a front end collision about 100 miles an hour. That would save your life.
This gummy bear saved my life. And the other kind of thing I was alluding to is that you're of the mindset like, if I don't make it, I don't make it.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not ready to drift this season, it is what it is.
Isn't that the attitude when you're drifting anyway, whether your car is painted or wrapped? And it's really just a matter of how you approach it after that of, do I fix this or do I leave it?
Yeah, because I limped my car through the whole last year. Not mechanically, but like shit was leaking. And like I would like crack it open, like the timing cover, and put like the right stuff, just like a tiny bit in there, and then reseal it just so it wouldn't leak for that event. And then after that event, it'd be puking again. So I would do it just, well, one, out of respect for the boys over Lock City. Like, they're not trying to let something puke oil and shit all over the track.
Yeah.
And it's got to be at least presentable. And, like, yeah, for the last event, I didn't crack shit. I was just slapping the right stuff over everything, making sure it wouldn't leak. And it's bad. I mean, there's shit everywhere. There's coolant all over the block, oil coming out of the pan somehow, all over the front and rear main seals. So it's just time. I mean, and I rushed through it to get it done the first time because I was in between moving, and I moved, and then I moved to shop, and then I moved to another shop. So I was just nonstop, just like, no, we have to slap this in. We got to wire this up. This has to be running. I didn't take my time with like any of it. So this time, I'm taking my time because I don't want to do it again. I don't want to put the motor in just to drive and have to pull everything out just to paint the bay, just to put everything back in. It's not fun.
Yeah.
If that motor is coming out again, it's because I'm going bigger or it blew up.
Not going to lie. Might save a little on gas if you wait a year.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that thing would run on anything that you put in it. America.
That's true. Yeah.
83 would be fine, I guess. Maybe like kerosene.
Diluted.
Yeah, dilute some
Yeah,
kerosene.
diluted. Well, thank you for the update on your vehicle.
Not much, but it's, I mean, one thing.
No,
a
you're
day.
buying a lot of
Honest
stuff.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
you're
ain't much,
buying a lot of
but
shit.
it's honest work.
I mean, again, Cage is right. Where does it sit right now? Like, it's back at the
On
other
the
shop?
lift.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back at my shop. On the lift.
Did you say you're going to paint the Cage? I can't remember.
So the windshield's cracked,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got those gussets welded on the A-pillars.
Mhm.
I don't know if my insurance is going to be super thrilled that I pull the windshield out, or if they're even going to cover it. So I have to call. But yeah, my plan is, because he's Nils hit me up. He's like, hey, man, do I have to mask this windshield off because it's cracked? Or can I just like weld right into it? I was like, fuck that thing up, dude. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's got like weld holes in it shit now, but it's cracked everywhere. So
What if you just call your insurance company and just say, I need a replacement windshield? Is yours cracked? No, it's just not there.
somebody stole it.
It's like just gone.
Yeah, I guess, but that's ideal. I think to answer your question, I think I'm just gonna rattle can it
Okay.
because the rest of the interior, I mean, I don't really care, but I do care, but I like don't care. I want it to like look presentable.
If you're
but
going this route, you're going to care shortly.
a little bit, right? So I'd like to do like a texture black, so everything's at least one color and
Right.
covered in shit.
And works. Yeah. I can see that.
You're just gonna spray the cage.
Like the floors and stuff, and then I'll probably do the cage like matte black.
Yep.
Something simple.
Yeah.
And then do like a low gloss clear, so I can just wipe it if it gets dusty. But I don't. Listen, if you spray your whole car inside and out with a gun and it looks sick, listen, that's cool, but no. Nope.
I think we can get into the B for B.
I didn't. You could play that one.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to play this one. I forgot what button it is. I think it's this one.
Gonna be loud, huh?
It's probably going to be a little loud.
Is it the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Come on, man. This is right now. This is the intro.
While you do that, I'm gonna grab
This
water.
too long. Just a little too. Just enough to be uncomfortable.
Here we go.
Don't hate your life. Don't hate your soul. So we can talk about hell in the hole. Hell in the hole. Hell in the hole.
This is your first time hearing it live.
Yeah, you can hear more with the headphones on.
Yeah. Did you understand my lyrics in the middle?
It's not about donating holes.
Donate your life, donate your soul, so we can talk about a whole as a whole.
Jesus Christ.
So, what is B for B and why do we have that song? Well, B for B, after we shit on your Reese's for sending those in to us, we ask for money. No. So,
Those are
B
trash.
for B
Send something else.
is a thing we call Bucks for the Boys. Bucks for the Boys helps us keep this show and all of our other shows rolling. You can go to our website, revivalmotoring.com. And there you can subscribe to a system that we called Bucks for the Boys. There's actually 4 intervals of monetary donations: $2, $5, $10, and $20. And I believe those are able to be manipulated however you'd like. So, for instance, you want to send $4, you can do that. But this is how, we keep things rolling. There's no ads at the front of our podcast, and we kind of like it that way. We don't want to throw ads in the middle of the show or all that sort of stuff. The show is growing, and that's great, but we still need a way to pay for the space that we rent and keeping the lights on and insurance and all that sort of stuff. So this helps us do so and not have to sell you a different shirt or something like that every other week. We still have merch, and we still want to make merch and do cool things like that too. But again, this is a way to ask for your help. If we provide some value to you, this is a way that you can, help us out. Between us, the Topics Under the Stairs crew, Circle Jerks podcast, and Talking Motorcycles bring a lot of content every week. Obviously, we put a bunch of stuff on YouTube, magazine, all that sort of stuff. This is just a way, to keep things rolling, as I said. So with that, each week we have a way to tally up the numbers, if you will. We send out some info to NASA. They respond rather quickly and rather aggravated at times.
Is NASA in this week?
NASA's in this week.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, they were there.
It's just Corey's out.
Yeah.
He's usually
Direct communication. Thankfully, he gave me his email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian at NASA.com. Great guy over there.
Huge,
Yeah.
big nerd. Watch the
smooth,
calculators.
Big smooth brain.
So they provided us with some information. Last week's episode was worth 8 cents per listen.
That's pretty good.
It went up.
That's up, right?
It went up. I believe it went up a whole cent. Sort of like other stuff that's going up rapidly.
Like fluid?
fluids in general. But that's it. 0.08 cents a listen,
I'm happy with that.
which is great. We had another PayPal donation directly. Matter of fact, it stems from the Circle Jerks. Has to do with NASCAR. They put out the call that if somebody out there wants to pay for the winner's number, winner of the race is 48. Somebody sent over $48.
Look at that.
That's a nice guy.
And he stuck to it.
Poor gal.
Tyler P. I'll let the boys on the Jerks elaborate more on Tyler P. But huge shouts to Tyler P.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Brought the numbers up. Maybe he's our sole reason for getting that 1 cent.
Yeah. You'd single-handedly increase our girth.
Girth Brooks.
Girth Brooks.
So that is our B for B spiel. Again, visit revivemotoring.com and you can subscribe to that. And it, really help us out. Actually, that was another. I forgot that call back.
Oh, when we go up, it's Girth Brooks. When we go down, it's Whiffney Houston. Swing and a whiff.
Fair enough. One callback I forgot because I didn't put it in my notes was that we had this year's first donut meet, which was a great success because there was an impending storm and we weren't quite sure how many people would show up. A bunch of people showed up. A bunch of cool cars were brought. Very different stuff. Real difference in it. It was like an old school Toyota crew.
I saw that from afar.
Yeah, and just a bunch of different stuff for this early in the season, in the inclement weather. We thank everybody for coming out. I think
You saw Jordan's Miata.
Jordan's Miata was here. Yeah.
It was a tight car. Shouts to
Some
Jordan.
some photographs were taken of it. It was pretty cool.
They're so good.
So yeah, we're excited to do more of those. Another one's probably a month away from the last. So we'll keep everybody updated to that. We do have our schedule on our Instagram, and it will be hitting our website soon enough so you can see that, amongst other things that we will be attending and all that good stuff. No calls on the hotline this week, so we can get right into the news. I'm going to cue the other boys. News.
For the longest time, I didn't know Chuck did that live.
Oh
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. Adds it to it.
I learned from the best.
Let's see. Oh my, did I reverse it? Yeah. Are you interested in some plugs to buy for yourself?
Earplugs?
No. Plug in holes.
What kind of holes?
Well, I'm glad you asked. If you happen to have a Corvette C8, there's a company making aftermarket engine cover plugs to keep your V8 dry.
Excuse me? Care to elaborate?
Apparently on the glass of the C8, it's a lot of gaping holes
On the rear.
on the rear.
And they designed it like that because...
That's where the motor is.
So why would you plug it then?
I don't know. Keep water out.
Is this like the dirt bike guys that plug the exhaust when they wash it? Is that what it's for?
What's the purpose of the hole?
Let's
Gap?
see. So from motor1.com, imagine this scenario. This, again, comes from motor1.com. It's a warm Saturday afternoon and your C8 Corvette is sitting in the driveway ready for a cruise in the canyon. Well, almost ready. There's still road dust from last week's canyon cruise on the fenders, and you can't head out with a dirty vet. Unfortunately, it's 4:30. You have a 4:30 p.m. golf outing, and washing the Corvette always requires engine detailing because water gets in through the vents on the cover. Some might consider this a first world problem, which it is, but we came upon a company called Quinton Racing with a novel solution. In a recent Facebook post, the company unveiled a set of C8 car wash covers that fit neatly into the engine cover vents. They are designed specifically for the two side vents and the single vent at the base of the hatch, and they can be yours for $199.
Jesus Christ. 3 things. 1, you lost me because no, I could never imagine a Corvette C8 in my driveway. Sorry.
So you're
2, oh fuck, I lost number 2. 2, I called it. They plug the holes like a bike guy plugs their exhaust when they wash it.
Yeah.
And 3, you reminded me that me and my buddy 3D printed plugs for the E36 engine bay to fill all the holes of all the wiring so that you don't need.
Yeah.
So if you want a set, let me know.
That seems like an expensive way to fix a manufacturing defect.
Right. Like,
But it's not a defect, though.
that's the thing.
It's there
like,
for a reason, right?
yeah, it is there.
Well,
to
not to
just-
wash your
for
car. You're
just
right.
venting.
Rains?
It's a washing defect.
That's the thing. It's just like,
Can we see it? I don't know what these vents look
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. You.
Are they like louvers?
Matter of fact, let me copy this
Yeah,
link.
they're
and
louvers.
I'll just hit you in Discord with it shook. No, they're not louvers, not the plugs anyway. They're large in blue, while the actual plug itself.
Oh,
come
did
on.
you send it to me?
No, I can't even get into Discord right now.
But where
what's
are the
on On the
holes?
top left.
Right
these
there.
vents here?
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
So it would
These?
be those right there. Yep.
Mm.
And then that one down the bottom.
So they're
Interesting.
functional enough. All right. Yeah. So your engine bay gets steamy when you wash.
I could see
guess.
that. Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Like you wash it and you're driving it, and like the whole back just steams up like a shower. I would say you could use a specific spray that I've mentioned in the past to keep it from fogging up, but it works. Well, it doesn't work. That's the issue. So, Hertz shaving cream does. Gonna try that out. That's crazy that they manufactured something just specifically for that.
$200.
I was going to say, yeah, it makes sense because they're going to sell it to Corvette guys.
But like
It seems like a big enough problem that it needs a fix.
I
That is
get it,
true,
but
too.
why you don't have to shoot the hose right at that?
I just sent it to you in Discord to see the actual plugs in action.
I imagine it looked real disappointing.
it's probably a little bit underwhelming. Oh my god, you got to sign in Discord too?
What is no? I should. Oh, because you gave me a Discord. What is that? Why is it a Discord link?
It's a link. Just click the link. Oh wait, did I copy the wrong thing?
Yeah, you're like sending me a link to the Discord website.
Okay, that's why. I copied the wrong thing there. There you go.
That one will work.
Yeah, hit you up with that.
Looks
popping
looks
this
like
up.
painter's tape too.
Would
Oh,
you look at
I
that?
enjoy how they have their gigantic logo on that one.
So, is it like a rubber? It looks like those shitty styrofoam airplane wings.
It does.
Yeah.
It probably is.
It actually looks pretty nice.
I think it's
It looks
3D
like it
printed.
does the job well.
Let's see. Show the covers. Apparently, these are hand on.
Does excuse me? I'm like got a lot of acid indigestion going from this.
Gummies.
The monster and the gummies. I think it's like a weird mixture. Does it have like a rubber gasket or a seal?
These covers are actually made of flexible urethane,
Okay.
So
Like
it's
a-
not 3D printed?
not 3D printed. More like a Dilton.
So okay, that's a Dilton. That's crazy because somebody had to create a mold for this. This was an expensive product to make
Maybe that's why they're
That's why they're
$199.
200 bones.
Yeah,
because those presses are expensive.
that they got to recoup. That
Yeah, they're trying to
$20,000.
financially recover from this.
But yeah, first world problems. If you can pay for gas in your C8, you can pay to cover your motor while you wash your car. Nothing?
Sorry, I was drinking.
Okay.
But I don't know, I guess, but like, dude, just don't spray the fucking hose at it. I feel like Chuck would tear this apart right now.
Is he in the chat? I don't think he's in the chat.
Chuck would say something along the lines of, yeah, you should have bought a C8.
Yeah, I can see him saying that.
Yeah.
All right.
Just be angry at the owner.
Yeah,
Overall.
That is a big problem though, because if you're a Corvette guy, you're probably washing your car
a lot.
more than you should.
At least a dozen
More than
times
you
a
drive
month.
it.
Yeah.
More
Right.
than you drive it.
Right, every day.
To have
every-
to deal with the stimmy engine bay
Yeah,
once a week
yeah.
is probably
Or even just, I think they're more concerned with like, oh, I just cleaned my engine bay this morning.
Mhm.
Now I got to clean it again because I washed my car in between. But I don't know.
I mean, they just spray detail it. Like, how often are you washing the car? Because if you're doing it the correct way, you don't need to wash it every time, right? You're just maybe spraying off dust.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't know a Corvette. I don't even wash a car. I don't have a car that I wash currently.
You gonna wash your painted car?
I will. You know what's funny though? I did buy a Chemical Guys buffer. I don't know why.
You just have it.
I just bought it like a week ago.
someday you'll have paint
Yeah.
and then you can buy.
I think my
Stuff.
brain at the time, I was
You're-
like, oh, it's on sale.
I'm gonna need this.
I'm going to have paint.
Yeah.
I was going to use it on the SI when I sell it, but
Hey, there you go. give you
I
some
think the
practice.
biggest problem would be, water stains on the inside of the glass if moisture is getting built up in there. That
Right.
that would be so annoying.
Right.
And it's gonna get hot if it's sunny out.
Yeah.
So it's going to get.
It's gonna
stained.
right.
Then
Yeah, I
gotta
could see it.
lean over the car and scratch it with your Wrangler jeans, trying to.
You got to reach in it.
Just
I
in
don't
it,
know if
yeah.
You can access the inside of that glass.
your
Must
giant
pop.
your giant belt buckle.
Yeah.
Just gonna fucking drag across that.
Hell yeah.
More first world problems. If you live in Finland and you have exported yourself a Hennessy Ram TRX to Finland, to avoid massive tax penalty for importing a 1,000 horsepower gas guzzler, you will have to have that said vehicle limited to 55 miles an hour.
What?
Yeah.
You limit it. You can't go over 55.
Cannot go over, or I believe it has to, I think it has to be, let's see. Showing a subject 40. Holy shit. So, okay, this comes from Roading Track. Importing inefficient vehicles into Finland is expensive. In addition to paying for the shipping cost, a big gas guzzling truck like the Hennessy modified Ram 1500 TRX Mammoth shown above are subject to a 44.8% import tax. That's nearly 50% on a truck you're already paying six figures for. There's one way to avoid these taxes, but it involves crippling the truck's performance. Road and Track says that the Drive came across an ad for a Hennessy Ram 1500 TRX Mammoth listed for sale in Finland, but noticed something peculiar. A top speed limited to just 93 kilometers, roughly 57 miles an hour. When you consider the 1500 TRX can go 118 miles an hour before you factor in Hennessy's mods, some questions began to arise. Turns out the Ram in question, with its 7,802-pound gross weight, can be imported as a commercial vehicle in Finland. Doing so would allow the owner to avoid the taxes entirely, but because the country is part of the EU, it also has to follow a directive that requires 55-mile-an-hour speed limiters be installed on any commercial vehicles used on the road.
Giving you a healthy 10 miles per gallon
No,
instead
like,
of 6.
Just
So if you don't import it as a commercial vehicle,
you have to pay the 44.8% tax.
but if you do, you're probably not supposed to be speeding in a company vehicle anyway.
Or you're limited to 50. They're not even speeding. They will put a limiter in your
Can you
vehicle.
imagine that stop?
I'm
Oh my
hammer
God.
it and
Yeah,
that's
just it's fastest car you've ever seen to 55.
I feel like I'm already saying a bunch of stuff Chuck would say, so I might as well say this. I think he would say government overreach or something along those lines.
Let's see. If not being able to achieve highway speed is cool with you, there is some good news. The truck is still listed for sale on several Finnish classified sites with an asking price of roughly $276,000 US. Don't
Don't live in Finland.
don't live in Finland. I don't know. Let's see. More first world problems. Porsche is suspending all production due to Ukrainian conflict. The German manufacturer is pointing to supply chain issues brought up by Russia's invasion as everything obviously continues. So production completely stopped for Porsche. That's going to suck if you're one of those people that just had your vehicle destroyed on the Felicity Ace.
Yeah, so your GT3 you ordered 2 years ago.
That was-
it's at the bottom of the ocean, and we're not making.
That was
another
closer to you than ever before, and not anymore.
one. Is that all production?
Production will be paused. Oh wait, you know what? Or suspending. This says suspending all production due to conflict in Ukraine. However, taking it to an intel memo from within Porsche was posted to Twitter, and it blames supply chain woes for disruption. The outlet hasn't confirmed the validity of the memo, but if it's taken at face value, it spells trouble for customers waiting for new Porsches. Production will be paused on the 911 GT3 and GT3 Touring starting March 17th. After that, all other 911 production will be halted on March 31st. Production of the 718 Cayman and Boxster will be paused on the 14th. Car Scoops reports these cars will join the Cayenne, Macan, Taycan, and Panorama, 4 cars that have already had their production shuttered. So, yes, not all at the same exact time, but everything.
Hammering out McCanns. Just everybody's getting Macan.
Oh my God. Yeah, right. For the until the 31st, everybody gets a Macan. Just as much as they can, because that's, their top seller, I believe.
We'll give you 4 Macans. Call it square.
Let's see. Right now, this actually comes from Jalopnik. So right now, there's no word on how long the pause is going to last for the newly impacted models. However, Porsche reports the Panamera and Macan production is planned to restart March 11th. Okay, which I guess, there we go. We said what they're doing because that's the way they're going to make money. So production is not all stopping. Or it will for like a day or two, and then they'll just pick it up.
Makers.
Yeah,
Yep.
they'll keep the rest of it going. Shook, you got any news? Or is it all me? I get more.
You let it ride.
Let's hear some news, yeah.
2023 Toyota Supra allegedly getting a manual. We talked about that.
Yeah.
We are hearing now that an official press release will arrive on April 28th. Just a small thing. And it seems like that manual will only be for the premium Supra, not the 4-cylinder, from what I'm reading.
I would imagine it's a different transmission. Right?
Yeah.
So, it makes sense.
It's going to be BMWs.
Or they could... I wonder if somebody's going to make a ZF fucking swap
Bolt-in ZF swap. Let's see. Let's get into some real weird shit. Ford patent shows how you could drive a car with your brain. It involves a brain-machine interface that determines what you're going to do before you do it.
What do we name it? The brain machine.
There's a very, very distinct diagram, apparently, that is attached to this patent.
What are the other parts named? The hand wheel.
The go pedal. It looks as if it's a computer, which doesn't give me all the hope, because in this pattern it does show a computer that looks like it should run MS-DOS instead of anything of this fucking century.
Yeah, I could see somebody going to drive it. Like, if I went to go drive it, it would just make the window shut down noise. Tree.
So these patents, oh Jesus Christ, the bear fell.
Bear down.
You can find these patents on Motor One, or at least the images for the patents.
Yeah, they're drawn with crayon.
I don't know what number 446 is. I'm going to give you this link, actually. Yeah, so everybody, or you boys, can at least see this, because I don't know exactly what is on this gentleman's, or this figure. I don't know what this actually is. This figure's head.
Yeah, for those of you who are listening and can't see, this looks like it was drawn on a napkin.
Because it basically looks like they just laid over a sponge over his head.
Tinfoil hat you put on to drive the brain machine car.
And like the said victim also has things on his wrists with some wires.
Plugged into a VHS player.
or perhaps a airlift manifolds. I don't.
Yeah, that looks exactly like a VU4.
It really does. Let's see. Admittedly, this is exaggerated. In short, the patent proposes monitoring brainwave activity to help vehicle systems predict what a driver is about to do.
These Super Nintendos. Super Nintendo.
For example, it can recognize brainwave activity associated with hand and arm muscles, flexing to turn the steering wheel. So if
you're still using your arms then.
So what is the purpose? Well, actually, hold on. Let me finish it. It can recognize brainwave activity associated with hand and arm muscles flexing to turn the steering wheel. I wonder if it can recognize all of the hand gestures that you could give it. My question. Detecting those brainwaves before the movement occurs. The interface signals the car to take appropriate measure to prepare for a turn. It's not unlike active steering or suspension systems making hundreds of adjustments per second based on real-life data. It's just that this data would be slightly ahead of time. So it could act before you finish the thought.
Okay. But the only way that you're going to move your arms is by moving your arm. You don't think I'm going to move my arm now.
No, but your brain does. Your brain has to tell you to move your arm.
Your brain does, but it's so fast. So how are
exactly.
This
thing's going to be twitchy as fuck.
Right. So
I feel like you're thinking about taking a turn. It's going to put you into the woods.
Exactly.
100 yards
instead
in
of
front of the turn.
like you can't process like, ooh, I think I'm going to make that turn, but I'm going to look first. Instead, there's no judging.
No, but
it's just reaction.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, those are two different ways to steer. Thinking about steering and going to steer where your brain is actually doing it are two different things. One is a thought of the process. One is doing, and your brain is doing it for
Isn't
you.
this is like, cutting edge? Elon Musk is working on the Neuralink, and Ford is
right.
trying to beat him to it.
Well,
no.
he's doing
Slowly roll.
He's doing Neuralink. They're doing brain machine.
Ford is trying to do it with the green screen of death.
Yeah, and it looks like whatever 405 is, you may have to pull a cartridge and blow in it.
That's your GPS. You gotta load the maps.
Ford's brainwave technology actually runs off floppy disk.
Yeah, smooth brain
So
machine interface.
They got rid of the chips and went right back to the floppy disk. Tim Connors in the chat. Your brain tells the box to tell your hands to turn the wheel. Way to go, Ford. So, again, this comes from Motor1.com. I'm reading their article. How does this work exactly? We aren't in-depth tech bros, but by any stretch of the means.
Neither is
obviously.
Ford. It's okay.
But from what they see in the patent, it involves lots of computers, sensors, integration of driver assist systems, and the driver wearing some kind of neural interface pad on their head.
Yeah, napkin.
What's the monitor? 440. What's it?
Oh, that's the pixels. It's a 440 by 180.
Right. Hold on. So in this one diagram, in order for this brain microwave system to work, you need
Microwave
a driver with a sponge on his head and
connected to a Super Nintendo.
and some Wonder Woman looking things on said wrists.
One wrist.
You need a 1980s DVD radio combo that
That's
works
good.
off NES cartridge.
Is that A-track?
That
Pretty
connects
A-track, yeah.
to the airlift manifolds, which then connect to a PWM,
Where raw signal, whatever that is, at 100 milliseconds
is decoded
over
with a
time,
timer.
with a squiggly.
And then you need two monitors to
Oh.
monitor what's going on in the vehicle.
One has a polar bear on it.
All ran with an MS-DOS computer. Shook, can you scroll down a little bit?
I'm afraid. To see
There's
that
more
line.
pictures.
Oh.
And then that gets sent to the satellite in the sky. What is
So okay,
happening?
but you understand what I'm saying, right? Like if your brain is like, okay, we're gonna move your arm, like you're already steering for yourself.
Right. So
There's
what's
no way to have your brain do that thing
So,
that it does to move
at
your arms.
some point, your brain is going to be fighting the system. Your brain is going to be telling the vehicle to do one thing while you're fighting it to save your life.
Yeah. No, don't live. Yes, die. Like the car's like trying.
It's just a constant struggle.
It's gonna be like the lane assist system already, which I find
Right,
myself
exactly.
fighting. I'm in the center of the lane. The thing's like trying to crash me, dude. Listen, Ford, we love you. Stop all this.
Hey, look, if they didn't patent it, somebody else would,
The brain machine.
What
You're
is
saying
happening?
somebody else would patent.
Did you
the
read
brain
this?
machine.
The patent description outlines all kinds of parameters for functionality, primarily referencing data acquisition systems, neural systems, training systems, and possibly calculations for balancing the space-time
The
continuum.
space, hell,
All right.
the
Unsubscribe.
space-time continuum.
Is
What,
this-
I got Neil deGrasse Tyson over here?
It's not April 1st. So I don't think we've been had.
I think we're being had.
Someone's been had.
Yeah.
Whoever's paying this man at Ford
Ford
has been had.
Ford patents the brain machine, which can traverse space-time continuum. Yeah, it wormholes you to work.
So how about that Bag Riders news?
That's way better news.
That's what they actually did something productive.
That doesn't require you to wear a diaper on your head connected to an
No,
NES.
it's just a wet sponge. That's what that is. It's a wet sponge with a positive and negative.
You
what's
just
the-
get out of your car fried like Jack from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
That's
Nest.
the thing. In order to use the brain machine, you need a lobotomy first, and then
It's like the fucking Matrix.
take control. Exactly. Yeah. That's what. Oh my God, that's what it is.
It's like the Matrix, only instead of injecting it into your spine, they put a
Ford.
sponge on your head.
Ford just separated into two divisions. Remember the ICE division and the EV division?
Yeah, red and blue pill.
This is the EV division, the AI already trying to take over.
Mr. Anderson,
That's what's happening.
please
I
plug in
am-
your brain machine.
It's inevitable. Yeah. Speaking of inevitable, Sony and Honda creating joint venture to develop and sell EVs from 2025 on. The first model will be built by Honda on a Sony platform. Was it a year ago, 2 years ago? Sony came out with a car, like a full-fledged car at CES. There was a lot of speculation as to why would you do that if you're not going to become a car manufacturer or sell cars.
This is why.
Here's
bitch.
why.
Wasn't a lot of that just for like the the audio visual tech?
That's the thing is that's how they pitched it. Was like, no, this is just a flex in what we could do.
Yep.
And now it seems like what they're going to do with Honda in particular, which is cool because I haven't followed Honda much at all with what they were doing, if anything, in the EV world, and this might be the answer.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything because the last thing that I remember even being, I think it's offered in full EV is the Clarity. Honda Clarity,
Never even heard of that.
weird looking thing. It's like a half Accord, half
It's the one
Element.
that's got the
or what's the
I
one with
know
the wheel wells?
yeah right the hypermiling wheel wells, yeah.
I
What?
thought that was a Civic though. It's not.
No, it's not the Element. That's the box.
No, but the one with the wheel covers. Or the
Yeah,
body
what's the
panel that
shitty one called? Where it's
looks like a tearddrop almost.
Yeah.
That's not a Civic. I thought it was.
It's the Honda Speedtail
a lot of people drag those because of
because of
the
Arrow?
speed.
the
The high depth brain machine.
tail, mainly because of the tail.
Yeah, what the fuck is that thing called?
I can't remember.
The Honda poopy drop.
You guys
Honda
got Google. Yeah.
I have Google, but I don't even know what I'd look up.
Purity, Honda.
Honda electric, right?
I don't think it's electric.
Honda is it a
Honda
hybrid?
with wheels covered.
What the hell? Is it
There
in
it
the
is.
chat? Insight?
Gotta give it to Google. The Insight.
Honda Insight. That's
wow,
what it is.
that thing is an incredible piece of shit. Look at that, dude. It looks like it's got a sundress on.
There's still a lot of them out there too.
There is really.
Should I buy
What
one of
year-
these
what
to
year
daily
is it?
drive?
You
2002. Holy shit, that's a 20-year-old car.
That's a Clarity.
there's the Clarity,
It's
right?
like a Civic
or
Accord.
Inspire.
Civic Accord abortion. Wheel spats. That's what they call
Well,
it.
just
They weren't sure, so they just covered a little.
just for
little
kicks,
tire.
look up Honda
little
Insight for sale.
Show a little leg.
Just just to see what you could get yourself into and how much. I bet they're going for astronomical prices, just like everything.
What car are we looking?
Honda Insight.
All right, I'm bringing it up here on a non-sponsored site.
Car Gurus. Shouts to Kyle Belcher. You're welcome, buddy.
Honda.
Insight.
Where is it?
Right up there
I
above
just saw it.
Odyssey.
Insight.
Search.
Let's look by me.
Wow. Car Gurus has a thing that goes up to $1 million now?
Yeah. Okay, that is not an Insight.
Well, no, those are new Insights.
Wait, they make a new one?
Apparently, yeah. I didn't know they did.
No, they look like a Civic.
I don't see. There's no. Is that one?
These things are classics. You're gonna have to bring a trailer.
Well, this is interesting.
What's that? Oh, 13.
Yeah, I don't see. Man, I don't see an OG one.
It's because everybody who bought one is dead.
They're
now.
probably no. They're probably on bat. That's why. While you look for that, what else do I have for news?
I probably could have specified the year. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Another big piece. Get everybody real excited. Catalytic converters. We all know what's been going on with those. Why does everybody want the catalytic converter? Well, because of the palladium inside. Bad
In
news,
Worcester?
boys. Bad news. Palladium prices spike as Russian exports drop. So, that piece of metal that was cut from your car not too long ago just became more valuable.
To who?
Times is tough.
The guys who were cutting them out.
Right. So if I go and sell a cat right now, I wonder if if that price is gonna reflect the Worcester Palladium increase. Or no, they're just gonna be like, yeah, give it to us.
So this week it hit an all-time high price of $3,476 per ounce
Wow.
before settling down to roughly $3,000 an ounce on Tuesday. Let's see. The price spike.
How many grams are in a cat?
Good question. The price spike on Monday surpassed the record set last year by over $400 an ounce.
That's tough Google. Yeah.
How many palladiums are in a cat? How much?
Palladium is in a cat.
Well, that's
In a catalytic converter. There
that's
you
an
go.
oddly specific Google search that was already there.
3 to 7 grams. Oh, no, 2 to
Wait a
7
second.
grams.
What was the price on palladium?
$3,476 per ounce, or $3,000 an ounce.
For anyone that's familiar with selling
I'm-
drugs, how many grams are in an ounce?
I do not know off the top of my head. Oh,
5.
I am live Googling things like an idiot.
28.5.
28 grams in 1 ounce
So 28 divided by 2, you need 12 cats at the minimum.
3 Gs?
for $3,000.
That's light work.
Especially when you can cut them bitches out in like
You know what's crazy
15
though?
seconds.
My friend does a lot of scrapping of cars, so he'll remove them from people's houses.
Legally?
Yeah, like title and all that. And he
Okay.
cuts the cats out and sells those separately and then junks the car. And on average, he gets like $550 to $600 a cat. So that
You're getting more for the cat than the car.
he does.
Yeah.
And if the car has a cat in it, you'll get like $500 for the whole thing, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. I mean,
That's why people are going nuts grabbing them. And again, there's systems in place to try to prevent stuff like this,
I mean,
but
how long does it take to steal a cat from a car?
maybe 30
Minutes?
seconds.
how good is your Milwaukee Salsa?
Chuck has video in a parking lot.
It's light work, is what he's trying
Yeah,
to say.
yeah.
It's light work.
Like the actual work is seconds.
6,900 right there.
Nice. This one's 69. I
Manual
hate that.
transmission.
Can we talk about this? The thumb
Right,
over
what the
license
fingering.
plate?
The fingering. I don't understand the fingering.
No one does. It's an ear dumb.
Right,
Stop
because it's a
doing
fucking plate that everybody who drives on the road and sees you can see.
it. 4,200.
That
223,000 miles.
Car,
That's
that
a-
car is a couple of years away from being an antique.
That's a hot looking car. Look at the pinstripe on that sucker.
Yeah, look at the rear quarter.
I'm gonna. You know what comes off so you can
that
service
interior
it?
looks. Is that an S2000 steering wheel?
That's an S2000 steering wheel.
That interior looks quite nice. The other one was manual at half the miles.
S2000 steering wheel on a Honda Insight. Why? What is this one? Oh, CRZ. CRZs are hot.
I don't think so, Tim.
They're hot. They're hot.
I don't know, man.
So you're telling me a 2001 Honda Insight hybrid is going for $4,200 at 223,000 miles? Oh, here's one for $1,900.
Yeah, buddy. That's what they're telling you.
Oh, look at the serviceable wheel well.
It does have smoothies on it. That thing has seen some shit.
Manual transmission is a critical failure.
I think it looks better without the covers. It's
Oh.
got the matching front line with the front wheel well.
Well, rest assured, guys, the transmission shifted fine before the failure. I bet it did.
Wait, what does that say? Battery pack in car needs to be rebuilt? Battery pack in car, but needs to be rebuilt and switched off. Oh my God, that thing's nuclear. It's just running all the time.
Drive a Honda Insight bomb.
Another bit of news here. This comes from Jalopnik. Ford's attempts to shake up the dealer model could kill its EVs. The Blue Oval wants to challenge Tesla's sales, but may end up making things more challenging for its own products. Let's see. This just goes on to say, we all know the dealership system is broken. New car listings. All the markups. Buyers that can find a reasonably priced car are still subject to scams and fraud. So the manufacturer tries to rein in its dealers with new rules. The result is generally an improvement, but Ford, with its new EV initiatives, may have gone a step too far. Ford announced last week that it would break up the Blue Oval ICE division and EV division, as we talked about. With that split comes a wealth of new rules for dealers regarding the ways in which the system they can and can't sell electron-fueled Fords. Automotive News has the details, emphasis below. The automaker plans to create the blueprint in tandem with dealers and won't finalize details until after they provide input over the next few months, but executives have outlined some of what they want to include. A commitment to carry no inventory, selling at non-negotiable prices, and operating with scaled-down facilities.
I wonder if that means they will no longer make the Mustang electric, if they will be forced to separate them.
Well, technically that's the Mach-E. So I think
Still
that
Mustang-
just
Mustang
different.
Mach-E,
Your
right?
Mustang will
Yeah,
still
so
stay
they-
ICE,
but-
and actually stay ICE, but hybrid, I imagine. And I'm sure there'll still be full ICE models, but who knows at what scale. Let's see. Making the move to more digital method of car buying is unequivocally good. Nearly 30% of 2020 automotive sales were done online. That's pretty significant. So it's clearly something consumers want. Needless to say, rather than read through this whole article, it sounds like there's going to be a significant change in the way, again, one of the big three in particular in the U.S. Sells their vehicles overall. Now, is the ICE section going to adopt that? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. But the EV section, again, the carrying no inventory, probably have a store similar to Tesla.
Everything you just said.
You can
is
just
Tesla.
You just view it.
Yep.
You go there, you see it, you place your order.
Yep.
It eventually shows up and goes from there. So you've experienced that then.
Yes. Yep.
So
It's like buying a T-shirt.
just go in.
Nope. Don't go in. Go online.
Oh, you just did it
a
online. So did you
reservation.
go to a place to see or anything?
Nope. No, I had some experience, around the Model 3, so I didn't feel the need to test drive or anything like that.
Yep.
So you buy it online, you put your deposit down. I think it used to be $100, now it's $250 non-refundable when you buy a car through
Yep.
Tesla.
$250 non-refundable.
Yep. I'm sure they had a ton of people put down reservations and then
Like the Cybertruck.
pull them.
Which is interesting that it's non-refundable because, like, what if you're waiting an unreasonable amount of time before your vehicle is made in some instances, and you're just like, no, fuck this. I'm going to go buy another vehicle.
Where are you going to buy another vehicle?
Or just anywhere in general. If you're just like, no, I'm so done with Tesla.
I mean, as far as I've seen, it looks like right now most of the lead times are about 3 months unless you're getting a Plaid.
Okay.
I know the Model Y was up to a 6 month lead time, 5
Yep.
to 6 month lead time, but I think they've caught up with that a bit. But yeah, it's you do everything online. You
Yep.
buy it online. The options are extremely simple. I mean, you can go online and build one.
And
right?
just,
Anyone can do
yeah.
that.
Have
But
it
that's
sorted.
the buying experience.
Yeah.
right? You go and pick it up, and that's it. And that it's great because it's easy. Well, like when I went and picked my car and did the delivery, you sign 3 times on a tablet, and that's it. You don't sit down and
There's no
deal
hassle.
with financing. That's all figured out way in advance.
Yep.
It's all complete. You just sign it. You've taken delivery. Do you want a training? No? Okay. If you do, there's a training mode on the car. They can show you everything.
That walks you through it.
Yep.
And then somebody just shows up in your driveway
I picked it up at the
at the facility.
delivery station,
Okay.
but if you have I think if you live close enough to that, they will bring it to your house.
Yep. How did the financing work? You just input all the,
It's all done online in advance.
okay.
So between your, during your 3 month lead time,
Yep.
you figure all that out. However you're going to do it, whether you're paying cash or finance.
Right. Or do they allow you to put money down still and then just
Yeah.
finance? Okay.
Yep,
So it
that's
is, that aspect of it is pretty similar.
Yep.
And they factor all the sales tax in right there.
No, that all happens at registration. So
Okay, so they don't even-
But
right.
In my case, I had the dealership or Tesla handle the registration, so you hand them a blank check.
Yep.
They
You
act
get
as
that.
the runner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Which I guess is a good opportunity to swing into what we're going to talk about entirely, unless I forgot anything, which I don't think I have. Actually, you know what? Let's talk YouTube first, because that was a good conversation before. Shok, have you watched anything on YouTube?
Nah, just more Linus.
Okay.
Staying up to date on my tech tips.
Yeah.
Nothing car related though, because I don't know, man.
No, I get it. Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah,
Like just some time away, watch something else.
I watch like some TIG welding videos, I guess.
Yep.
But like, I haven't tried TIG welding since I watched them, so it's nothing to report on, I guess. And I don't remember the guy's channel, but dude, they make it look so easy in those fucking videos. It's crazy. They're like,
Yeah.
you just hit the pedal, metal becomes liquid, and I
It does
electrocute.
look easy, right?
Yeah, it looks easy as shit, and then I electrocuted myself, and now I'm good.
So one video I watched fairly recently which is an awesome video. Chris Harris on his own BMW M2 CS on the Collecting Cars YouTube channel. And it's just, El Presidente doing everything El Presidente does in a vehicle, thrashing it, talking about it, providing very fine detail and insight. So it's just a great all-around video if you like Chris Harris at all. And that car is pretty bonkers anyway. So it was very good. We were talking about this earlier off mic. Ben has been able to watch a lot of YouTube over the past few years.
Working from home for a couple of years now,
So
I've had some viewing time.
What are some of your favorite channels?
I do dig the Connecticut kids YouTube. So Jimmy,
Yep.
DJ, Tommy, all
Yep.
those guys. They've entertained me for quite a bit. Big fan of Hoobie's Garage.
Okay.
Hoobie has some good stuff. Mike Burrows.
Yep.
Another one. I mean, Mike, the Ferrari isn't, necessarily my cup of tea, but I appreciate the level of quality content that
The
he makes.
intricacy,
Like he definitely,
yeah.
Brings a lot of his design aspects into his content creation.
Yep.
So it's definitely entertaining to watch.
Thorough and walks you through.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Right? That's a huge thing,
Yep.
especially with car builds.
Yep.
You have multiple videos a week to keep people watching.
Want
engaged.
updates, right? And just some progress. What were some of the things he was struggling with some stuff too for a little bit, right? Waiting on parts and.
Yeah, as far as the Ferrari build, I kind of tuned out. I know it's been a lot of the M3. The
Yeah,
E36,
a lot of that lately.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a big year for YouTube.
Yeah.
Big fan of Tommy Fies' channel. I mean, he's a lot of the GTR builds. I've been really fiending JDM lately.
I have to say is surprising. We won't say it, but there was a car you were like, oh, I want that car.
Also, Jimmy Oaks, sell me your blue S15. You want to flip it? I got you, boy. Hitch your way up.
Shouts to Jimmy.
Yeah.
I was just caught off guard by it because I've known you again for nearly 10 years, if not 10 years already.
Yep.
And it's always just been heavy into the Euro stuff. I think when we met, it was the Mark V at first, which you ended up doing Shave Bay, full interior, bags, wheels, a whole air ride system and setup. I shot it for PVW, bunch of cool stuff done to that car. And actually, after that, I feel like, did you kind of take a break out of the cars for a little while?
I did the after I sold the Volkswagens. No, I had a couple failed projects that I'm still upset about. I had a Mark I Caddy.
Okay.
And I stripped it down. I wanted to do a built 1.8 and kind of build a drag inspired, big turbo car.
Yeah.
I'm a pro at stripping cars. I'm great at it.
Is there one in your garage currently?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
we'll get to that one.
Yep.
Keeping the jack stand company up in business.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. So I stripped that car down. I mean, the amount of hours I put into stripping bedliner on a Mark I Caddy.
Oh boy.
Then I had the car sandblasted. Eventually, project kind of fizzled.
Yeah.
Sold that. I had the 335 for a while.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
And Chuck's not here, but I don't understand his hate for N54s. I mean, I get it. I understand the maintenance challenges with the N54, but it's a fantastic motor.
Yep.
And it definitely pivoted BMW from where they were into the world of twin turbo. I mean, everything since then has been a twin turbo.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they're the greatest motor, but it's a fantastic car, and with a tune and simple bolt-ons, you can build a 500 horsepower
Pretty absurd
fucking
car.
monster.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know about pricing right now, but for a long time they were unaffected by the COVID price swings and a price appreciation. They're cheap cars.
They
You can
probably
get
are
one for
still.
sub 10.
Yeah. I was gonna say they probably still go for that.
They've been
currently.
like that for a while.
And I don't think they're going up. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't.
In 2013, you get a 335i for $9 to $10,000.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of they do have that stigma to them.
They're all right around
whooped.
100,000 miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna need turbos soon.
Yeah,
Right,
and for
right.
what it's worth, I'll say that in my ownership, the car was under warranty. I had the turbos replaced under warranty. You know, so I took full advantage of that. The car had everything go wrong, but it all got fixed, not on my dime.
Yeah.
So
That's the best kind of dime.
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. And I dumped the car at 113K.
Oh, all right.
So-
Yeah.
That's how you do it. But
What-
no, I'm still a big fan of the N54.
What took place after that?
I sold everything and got a TRD Pro Tacoma.
Okay.
I did that for 3 years. and that was great.
And just
Good truck.
basically bided your time.
Yep.
Did you do anything to that truck?
Nope.
Just kept it as is.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive.
Great truck. It was a 6-speed and it was a TRD Pro, so I think it has some sort of like mild exhaust.
Yeah,
Not that
just
it matters on
right
the
for
truck.
what it is.
It has the Fox shocks, and it was a 6-speed, so it was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun to drive around, as fun as a truck can be.
Yeah.
And you sold it for exactly what you paid it for?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. No.
No?
No, I got rid of it right before COVID. I was working from home, actually right in the beginning of COVID. I didn't need a car because I wasn't leaving, and I was like, I can get rid of this thing and not have a car payment and just be kind of free for a while.
Yep.
So I let her go, and then COVID hit, and now, oh my God,
Could
for
have
what
made,
I was into
could
the
have
truck.
made
Oh,
money
absolutely,
off
yeah.
of it.
And I
Right.
wish I kept it just because it was a fantastic truck. It
Yeah.
was cement, so
Yeah.
it's like the cool color.
Yeah.
Before, cement was on every Tacoma out there.
Yep.
So huge fan of that truck. Wish I hadn't gotten rid of it. Yeah. So I did it 3.5 years with no car.
Yep.
And then got the 911.
Which is pretty good compromise to go, a little while with that. And technically, you still, dare I say, are you a single car family?
No.
Well, but I know you have other cars, but like only one car do you have daily personally?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have daily
So
back
actually,
now.
my wife drives the Tesla more than me.
Okay,
She has
okay.
a long commute, and
Yep.
I work from home. So you got to, if I'm going to buy that car, you got to earn all that efficiency, right? The car's got to earn its keep.
Right.
So she drives it all the time. I mean, we've had it for 3 months, and we've put over 5,000, coming up on 6,000 miles on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So doing pretty well.
I just wasn't sure if you
I have a
kept
Tiguan,
that same
too.
thing of like, or, working from home. So I don't necessarily need something.
No, we had the baby, and like you
Just
gotta
made
have-
sense. Yeah.
So we have a Tiguan. It's
Yep.
okay.
No, it does its job for sure.
Yep.
So, okay, let's get into the 911 first. Bit of a barn find
An actual barn find.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you find it?
South Dakota. Yep. So I got sent out to South Dakota for work. So I was going to have to be traveling out there over the course of a year, probably once a month, once every 2 months.
Yep.
Not the most exciting place to get sent. Could be anywhere, right?
Can't
South
say I've ever
Dakota.
been there.
Yeah, you don't go there on purpose.
Before I talk shit about South Dakota, though, what a beautiful place.
Oh, I can only
Like,
imagine.
Amazing place.
There's a handful. There's probably 7 states that are just, holy shit, this is the America you see when people think of it. Or like,
Yep.
versus
South,
the shit we see, the potholes.
South Dakota is a big rectangle, and
Yep.
there's 3 major cities, and there's a highway that goes east to west right across.
I am horrific with geography. I couldn't even tell you major cities in South Dakota.
Yep. So it's the capital, which is it's spelled Pierre, but it's pronounced Pier,
Okay.
and that's on the east side.
Yep.
And then I'm sorry, no, that's Sioux Falls. Pierre is in the center, and that's the capital.
Okay.
And then on the right, the west side, you have there's a couple cities over there. I think Rapid City, Rapid Falls. But north of that is where Mount Rushmore is. So
Okay.
that's pretty much where you go if you want to see the Black Hills or Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Yep. So every time I would fly in, I'd fly into Sioux Falls and then have to drive 3 hours east across the state. West. Beautiful state. There's just fucking buffalo.
Roaming.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, a fantastically huge animal just
Right,
on the side of the road,
right.
as big as your car.
Oh, that's so cool.
So really cool place. Went out there, and the guy I was working with, Jess, shout to Jess in South Dakota, car guy, and he we just in conversation told him that I was looking for a vintage 911. At that time, I thought, just because of pricing, I thought I was going to kind of be pegged into getting like a Super Carrera,
Yep.
70s or 80s 911. 964s seemed a bit out of my budget.
Yep.
So he told me, hey, a guy I went to high school with, his dad had a 911. I think it was a 964, and he let us take it to prom or something like that. I saw the car back then. I wonder if he still has it. Let me call him. So we're sitting at a bar, and he calls him, gets a voicemail. No, leaves a voicemail, but never heard back.
Yep.
About a month later, I'm back sitting in the same restaurant, same bar, and his phone rings, and it's the guy, and he's got to get rid of the car. He's going through a tough time.
Was there a call in between?
No.
Or literally just a month away in that?
And I just happened to be back in the same. I mean, there's not too many restaurants in Pierre, South Dakota.
Right.
But
Right.
same place, sitting there at the bar.
You
his phone
ran
rings.
into this guy again.
No, I'm working with him, so I'm going
Okay,
back. and
okay.
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
But it's
But
just
the
odd
call.
that I'm back in town again, and here we go. He gets the call, and it's this guy, and he needs to sell the car because his marriage is
There's just issues, right?
yeah. So he's got to get rid of the car. So he pretty much, can you give us some pictures of it? Well, it's been kind of buried in the corner of the garage. Didn't have any pictures readily available. So we asked him, does it run? He's like, no, it hasn't run in a number of years. Again, I don't know what the condition of this thing is.
Right.
And, people in South Dakota, small towns, right? Very Midwest. A lot of mutual respect for locals.
Yep.
So this guy said, speaking to my coworker, Jess, I'd love to sell you this car for a couple $1,000. I'm glad you're interested. And both of us are like, a couple $1,000? What's the story with this at this point, it didn't matter if there wasn't a motor in the car. The deal seemed so good.
Yep.
So we decide that we're going to try and work a deal with him. The guy pulls the car out of the garage. I'm not there to see it, but knowing that he's getting ready to sell it, he pulls it out of the garage. And in the short amount of time that he was just moving it around, a number of people from town approached him trying to buy the car.
Yep.
So now, there's blood in the water.
Yep.
And the sharks are
They
coming
can
to get
smell
this
it.
car.
Yeah.
So the clock's ticking, and we need to seal the deal. Not to say before this guy figures out what it's worth. I'm not trying to rip him off. But we came up with a number, and I'm not going to say what it was. It was a good deal before COVID.
Yep.
And I think he said, like, some of the biggest issues he said there was a broom had fallen and creased one of the front fenders, so there was a small mark.
Yep.
The battery's dead. I mean, if that's on your top 3 issues,
Right.
the battery.
Might need air in the tires.
And there was something wrong with the sunroof. The sunroof wasn't working. Didn't specify if it was a leak or if it was an issue with the motor or anything like that. So I kind of knew what I was getting into, but didn't say anything about the motor. So it was a big question. So we kind of agreed on the price and agreed to buy it before seeing it.
Right.
And
which, again, like for what it is, okay, like because you can probably, if there's a major catastrophic issue,
it was a good enough deal where I could go and buy another motor.
Right.
And still be
okay. Yeah.
a decent.
If you could put any motor in it, why is it the K series?
They pulled this car out. It is cherry. This car is mint. I mean, it's covered in dust. The interior was moldy.
Yeah.
But everything is there. Nothing is wrong with the car. The 3 things that he said were the 3 things that were wrong. So we sealed the deal, got the car back. I got to give credit to the guy, Jess, that I work with. He could have sniped that car from me. He could have told me the deal fell through.
Yep.
Honest guy, cool dude.
Just kept it on the up and up.
So when Jess ever comes out to Rhode Island, he has a 911 rental ready to go. Take it out.
Take care of him.
Yep. So we're the acquisition.
How was the experience getting it home? Did you have to dive into it?
Trailer.
Yep.
And they dropped it off. I received the car in November.
Yep.
So it was pretty much winter. Put it in my garage. In that amount of time, met up with Butsy at the magazine release.
Yep.
And we figured out that we were gonna
do a couple things to get it sorted.
The car running.
Yep.
Side note, he expressed interest about coming back.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, he's got an open invite. I gotta catch up with him. There's some stuff I want to do, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him.
I was getting my hair cut and I ran into one of his employees.
Yep.
And he was like, "Hey, he wants to come back." I said, "Hey, I'll tell Josh."
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I forgot.
We'll pitch him some dates.
Big shout out to Dave.
Huge. Doing awesome stuff. It just honestly very, very cool to see that place, come to what it is.
So we got the car running at my house, just kind of literally limping along.
Yep.
And then sent it off to Dave, and he resealed what had to be resealed with the motor. Did pretty much everything. The engine did not need to come out. We didn't want to pull the motor because it didn't need it.
Yep.
So the last of the, it's a air-cooled 911. It's going to be a leaky girl.
Right.
So it's still leaking a little bit. So that'll get taken care of in the coming weeks.
How many miles on it?
70,000.
Oh my God, dude.
Well, the good thing is when it's leaking, there's at least fluid in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Sign
Yeah, it
of
tells you
life.
something.
Yep.
So I knew what was in my Harley.
You also you kind of did the whole Connecticut top tier guys to visit, Bootsy, and ultimately it visited Ammo NYC.
Yeah. Sent it to Larry to have him detail it. That was kind of an experience.
I was gonna say, how was that experience?
It was so weird. I figured, let me reach out to this guy. I'll shoot him an email, and see if, because it's a 964 and he has a 964, if maybe he's interested. He got back to me that day.
He told us, and he's not kidding, literally answers everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty impressive considering the the following the guy has and how
Yep.
busy he is. Like,
Yep, for sure.
he's not just a detailer; he's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
He's not just a YouTuber; he sells his products.
Running a product
He does,
business. Yeah.
There's plenty of R&D going on there to manufacture those products and then distribute those products.
Yep.
And for the most part, as far as I'm aware, he's nearly a one-man band.
What product is this?
This is Larry Casilla from Ammo NYC.
That's the name of the sprays and stuff?
Ammo, I believe
It's
it's just
like a
ammo.
brand.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it pop up. I believe
You're
so.
about to get a ton of sponsored ads for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
You're
yeah,
saying
it's
that
gonna
in
be-
your phone, yeah.
Ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big detail guy now because I bought that one
That
buffer,
buffer?
thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if you can just watch a couple of his videos, you'll be fine.
Buff a car, you could
Yeah.
detail a car.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, I believe if he's got anybody, it's only a couple people.
Yeah, I think I got lucky getting in with him. At the time, he had just finished his new facility, which if you haven't, check out his videos because
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And he's
And
still fighting stuff too.
Yep. Yeah, a lot
I
of
know
flooring issues.
The
and-
floor he just redone for like the 4th time or something absurd.
Yep. He's definitely a perfectionist.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And he's 100 miles an hour all the time.
Yep.
Like,
Hence why, he does what he does with vehicles and detailing and stuff like that. Just no cut corners by any means.
the tour of the facility was, that was reason enough to work with him, right? I mean,
Yep.
it didn't really matter what the price was. Getting to meet him was a cool experience. Getting to see his work environment was cool. The entire building is a studio. The entire thing.
Right.
It's all wired.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, just access point, camera stuff,
it's
everything there to
amazing.
help.
And then on top of that, it's all set up perfectly for his level of detailing, right? The
Yep.
retractable vacuums in the walls and lighting everywhere. It's an amazing facility. It's very cool. And then on top of that, there's just a ton of art everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, motorsport art, car parts on the walls. Just a really cool place to tour. If anyone, if you guys ever get the chance, definitely try and make it up there. It's
Yeah.
cool. Kind of funny story. I sent the car to Bootsy to have a couple things done. And when I Googled Larry's address, I was like, oh, he's like 15 minutes away.
Oh, awesome.
So, Dave, can I just drop the car off with you? And when you're done with it, you drop it off to Bootsy. You get to meet him the whole thing.
Yep.
So I thought I was kind of doing him a solid. No, he's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Oh,
so Dave
jeez.
had to take a full day out of the shop to drive the car over there. So sorry for that.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was a cool experience working with both of them. And
Yeah.
See, that's the level of customer. What am I looking for? words.
Customer service.
That's the level of customer service you get.
I mean,
Over
I
at
haven't
Bootsy.
gotten a call back from Bootsy in a while, so maybe I'm paying for it. But no, he definitely hooked it up. Big fan of working with both of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just a great experience overall, and you've not had any issues.
I haven't had one tiny inkling of a mechanical hiccup with the car, and over the past 2 years, I've driven it.
Right. Right.
About 7,000 miles since I got the car, so I put 10% of the miles that are on the car on it.
Yep.
Not an issue.
Which is crazy. It's literally like the perfect story, like dream scenario.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep.
For the car, for what it is, the timing, everything.
Yeah, I mean, if it happened 4 months later, I would not have been able to afford the car.
Right.
On top of that.
Right.
Now that being said, getting the car to from where it was to where it is cost me more than the car did.
Oh my god.
So-
yeah. I get it. Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is, as good as you can get.
Yeah.
Everything goes nearly perfect for that. What's the other car that's in your garage currently in pieces?
I have a 1965 Austin Healey Sprite. It is just a stray dog of my life. My wife was 2 days away from having her baby, our baby, and we're driving around. We had just moved, so we finish a move while she's 8 months pregnant. It was a battle. Finish the move, get into the house, and I live out in the woods now. I'm very secluded, and on the side of the road is this Sprite just sitting there under a tree with a for sale sign on it, and I'm like, that car is too funny. Like, I wish somebody I know would buy this car. It's a hilarious little British convertible. Like, it's on the wire wheels, center locks. It looks awesome. No bites from anyone.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying the car. I went to the guy. I was like, look, dude, my wife's gonna have a baby tomorrow, so I need you to. I'll give you your asking price. I just need you to hold the car.
Yeah.
So he did. Cool dude. He also gave me sent me home in this car, it's just a rattly shit box, right? And he doesn't do the internet. This guy, like I said, I live out in the woods, so he also lives way out in the woods. He lives there for a reason.
Yep.
Lives off the land type kind of guy, kind of a farmstead. So he sends me home with a couple dozen eggs, a couple pounds of backstrap. You know, he's like, yeah, this deer, I probably shot it in your backyard. So like you can take, so I'm riding home in this shitty, like old 60s convertible with a pile of eggs and meat.
Yeah.
Just came home victorious to my new baby with some
Give him a
meat.
man's deal.
Yeah.
Now your kid is gonna marry his kid eventually.
Yep.
Right. What did you commit to unknowingly?
But that was, yeah, cool guy.
So how has ownership of that vehicle been?
Well, I tore it right down. So yeah, it's going good. It took me a long time. I bought all of the cosmetic parts. So the car has a very terrible respray. Looks good enough from a couple feet away, but it's terrible. The entire undercarriage of the car is like sprayed in red.
Yeah.
I would like to get the car running, completely rebuild the drivetrain. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with suspension yet. It kind of needs it, kind of doesn't need it. It's had a refresh at some point. And just kind of little racer.
Right. Just a
vintage racer.
little kind of, dare I say, beater to.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I originally wanted to like actually, it'd be cool to take it to the track and drive it around. But it's very rickety. The doors are, it's very unsafe.
Not much, right? Not much to.
I'm a pretty tall guy, and like that windscreen is right in front of my eyes. Like I'm taking the steering wheel to the chest and the windshield to the face.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. It'll be fun to bop around town in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do those have a super tiny motor that's like
Yeah, it's like a tractor motor.
the wrong way?
Yep.
Okay, so it's kind of like Noah's car.
It's a mini motor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him to put a Harley motor in his car, and he's like, I want the OEM one. Harley motor guy?
Yeah.
115.
I've thought about doing a swap. I kind of want to keep it like the on-brand vintage racer.
Yeah.
Or it would be a really cool car to electric swap. You wouldn't need a very big
Not
electric
much.
motor.
You
You
can
wouldn't
get
need a
the-
big battery.
Get that Koenigsegg motor.
Yep. There you go.
Oh my God! You twist the frame.
I was going to ask. You said you were working on getting exterior parts.
Yep. Yeah. So I have everything.
How was that? Just the
Easy
acquire.
and cheap.
Was it really?
Yeah. The only part that was hard to find was the grill.
Okay.
Yep. Headlights, taillights, and like a set of taillights with bulbs, trays, wiring harness, the whole deal. It's like $32 shipped from England.
Jeez.
Nice
Okay.
and easy.
Yeah.
Suspension parts seem to be really expensive.
Is
Okay.
it like a popular car there or something still?
It's a cheap car, and as far as I'm aware, all the parts are like still made by British Motor Company,
Interesting.
so they're all kind of repo, but seem cheap enough.
It's probably a quirky little car that they just kind of keep. It's just there.
Or they
You know,
like have reproductions of the stuff.
I'm
you
sure.
know?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Because my uncle was, I think it's in Austin Healy where like they were doing body work on a friend's of his. And when they were sanding it down, they found out that the fender was like a reworked like fucking stop sign.
I would not be surprised if I find stuff like, it has replaced floors.
Yeah,
The
because
cars were junk from the factory.
whatever
So
Yeah.
whatever
So-
the specific vehicle was during World War II when they had a metal shortage from like building all the shit that
that
they
would've
were
been
building.
an older
Yep.
Austin Healy, yeah.
Yeah, and they fucking hammered like an old billboard
Whatever they could
into
find.
a fender. And
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's the level of mechanic. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yep.
I was wondering if I know you said it was resprayed, but I wonder how much of that overspray on the bottom was from that respray or just
No, it's from this respray.
Okay,
I'm not going to
okay.
name the body shop, but I was told it's
okay. It was
yeah.
all right. There's
So,
is definitive.
The car was red originally.
Yep.
And then somebody had sprayed it green, like a metallic green.
Okay.
It actually looks so hot.
Did it?
Yeah, under the headlights, when I took the headlights out, you could see the green, and it was like real good.
Yeah.
If I could respray the car, like if I could choose what color the car
That-
was,
that
I'd love
would be
British
the-
Racing green. It wasn't that color, but
Yeah.
green would do.
Yeah. Which would look quite fitting on that.
Yeah. So my boy Ron, who gave me the meats and the eggs
Yeah.
in the car with it,
Shouts to Ron.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, we wanted to bring it back to original. Really respect the car," and they just botched it. It's
Yeah.
a terrible paint job, but good enough to.
Farm paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took me 9 months, but I finally got a wiring harness for it.
Okay.
So that was the missing link. So,
What? Just getting it, finding it, and getting it, or just?
No, they make them. They
Oh,
still
okay,
manufacture
okay.
them, but I was told they're custom made to order.
Yeah. So here you go. Place it and then wait.
And it's all the Lucas Electrics, so it's just junk. Like
Yeah.
the electrical connectors are terrible. They're very vague. I don't know if you're familiar. They're like leather sleeves with 2 nodes.
Yep.
You can't tell if they're plugged in or not. It's just very bad. And that's what you get on a
What you're
brand new-
describing to me is an E36 engine harness.
Yeah, it's bad.
But you know that it's plugged in when you hear this clip audibly break in your hands.
Like I trust the the AutoZone connectors.
Yeah.
I would
Something a
trust
bit
that
more
over the
definitive.
Lucas Electrics. Yeah. So pretty much eliminating everything. Not gonna do a heater box or anything like that.
Yep.
So,
Purely just driving.
just get it. Just putts around.
Yeah.
Straight pipe, naturally.
The cat in that probably has a 1/4 gram. It's not a
Of
very heavy
palladium,
one.
of Worcester
Just
palladium.
a little bit of palladium, not much.
Really not worth taking.
Yep.
So on top of that, again, you said basically your wife's primary car is Tesla.
Yes.
Dare I say you were around these things and influenced by a family member who just kind of exposed you to them, and then, oh shit, yeah, this is...
So my cousin has one of the first Model 3s.
Mhm.
He took delivery of it real early on. I kind of let him be the field test for the car. Big fan. It's comfortable. It's not a big car. He has the single motor, so it's rear wheel drive. But I liked it. He hasn't had any issues with it. No real maintenance of any sort. They've made changes since then to improve the car.
Yep.
So yeah, he had it 4 years, no issues. I figured it's we're looking for a new car, so we would go electric. It's proven to be a great decision. And again, I'm not here to shill Tesla. There's plenty wrong. There's plenty of stuff I don't like.
I was going to say, you've had your opinion and experience is pretty much down the middle, because there's a lot of good things, like we talked about, off mic. There's positives, but you've also experienced some negatives. Not necessarily to EV ownership in particular, but just some issues that you've ran into.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as the EV ownership side of it, it's definitely a change, and like we were saying, change is hard, and like once you get getting a Tesla, I find myself having this conversation a lot more often with people, asking questions. What happens if you do this? What happens if what happens if you run out of battery? What happens if you run out of gas?
Yeah.
What happens if the power goes out? Well, guess what? If the grid goes out, you're not getting gas.
Right.
The pump's shut down.
It's the same thing, just served on a different plate.
Yeah.
One of the things you mentioned earlier was like, you have to be conscientious of charging it.
Yep.
Because you treat it similar to a cell phone.
Yeah, exactly like a cell phone. You don't plug it in every time you have the opportunity. It's not good to let the battery go to 80% and plug it in, 80% and plug it in. So I'll charge every couple days, but on the days when you have, say, 50 miles of range left and you forget to charge it, and then you wake up the next morning, so that's the big learning curve that you have to. It's a big paradigm change.
So what you're saying is Tesla's definitely not a car for me.
No, no.
Not a fucking chance.
No.
I'd get in it and be like, shit.
Or you just plug it in every night and fuck the battery over the course of 10 years, but
Right,
you're going to own
right.
the car for 10 years?
No.
I don't
My
know.
driving record, no.
Yeah, likely not. Yeah, essentially that's, again, just like cell phones and other battery-operated things. You just degrade the batteries quicker, supposedly. And it's, it's science.
Yep.
So...
Brain machine.
What are some of the things that super positive, over the moon about?
The car, I mean, everybody knows they're quick, right? And electric cars are inherently fast. It's a cold, soulless machine, right? Especially as an auto enthusiast, like, it's quiet.
Okay,
it doesn't
so
give you that feeling.
That's a perfect, right. You're coming from a 911. You're coming from an Austin Healey and multiple other cars that are motoring enthusiasts, based. And this just doesn't, even though it's futuristic and new and different, doesn't have the same.
It never gets old having a guest in the car and launching it. Never.
Okay.
I haven't had anyone in the car that's been like, "Oh, that was cool." They're all like, "Holy shit, that was fast." I'm in the back of my seat.
Right.
And remember, I'm not saying so. The Model 3 long range was about 50. Call it 50 grand.
Yep.
It's as fast as a GT4. Same 0 to 60 as a GT4. It's a fast car.
Yeah.
And that's not the fast one.
Right. It's not geared towards that.
Exactly.
It's like it's not
I
meant
mean,
to
the
be.
Model S Plaid is literally twice as fast. I can't imagine what that feels like.
Right.
Being melted.
I was
Yeah,
going to say
it's
almost hurtful.
brutally fast.
It's hurtfully fast.
Ow.
Yeah.
So the other thing is with Tesla, and you were just it sounds like Ford's going in this direction with limited markup is, and this was appealing, especially during all this craziness we're seeing right now with car prices. Is the price is the price. You're not going to a Volkswagen dealership to buy a Golf R, having them mark it up and mark it up and mark it up, pull the car away from you, mark it up again.
Right, and just a fight.
The
Yeah.
price is the price. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So for 50 grand, you can, comparatively, I'm not saying that's inexpensive. That's a lot of money, but you're talking slightly spec'd 3 Series.
Right.
It's a hell of a lot more car than that.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's the California Camry. They're everywhere. Everyone is going to have one.
I mean, they're popping up more and more here. I see those, Tesla in general, regardless of what model, way more than I see any general performance car.
Yeah.
Like if I see a GT Mustang, it's like, oh shit, oh cool.
And everyone is faster than 80%
Of
the
what's out
cars
there to begin
out
with.
there. You do feel in charge of the road. Like, it's great. Merging on the highway is awesome.
Yep.
Like, I have so much fun in this car. So as a car enthusiast, there's plenty of fun
There's
to be
still
had.
fun
Let me
there.
promise you that.
It's just different.
It's different. Yeah. So it doesn't make the cool noises, but like, it's fun. It's like being in a go-kart all the time that goes really fast.
It makes
Yep.
no noise. It's like a fucking silent bomber.
They've actually added noise to it at
I
low
hate-
speed.
I hate that.
It's like a
Yeah,
just so you can
like a
people
whine,
can hear it.
right?
At
right.
NASCAR, they make V8 noises.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
could get used to that. How is the sound system?
pretty good. Not amazing, not bad. I have right now as a loaner, and I'll get into why I have a loaner. I have a 5-year-old Model X, and that has a good sound system, but there's so much more room for sound.
I was just curious because I feel like a tech car would have like good tech.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm not sure if there's a manufacturer coming in like Bose or anything like that and
Mhm.
contributing to their tech.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think it's all in-house as far. I've never heard, like you said, I've never heard, Harman Kardon or somebody being involved with them.
That would make the most sense to me as like or Sony, but
Sony's
Sony's got their own
Sony's
thing.
Honda, yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't think Tesla plays well with anybody else.
That Sony hybrid's probably gonna have a banging stereo system.
And a PS5 inside.
Sony
Yeah.
explode.
So, please tell us.
PS5. took me a second. Same company.
I get it, buddy. You've been eating a lot of candy. The negatives. Why do you have a loaner currently?
So as far as things I don't like about the car, like being very critical of an expensive purchase I made, little things, right? Just being a car guy, there's things that even if it's something I own, I'm going to be critical.
Generally, right. You're going to be more critical than the normal consumer.
The handles on the model. So if you're unfamiliar, I know you guys are. If you're unfamiliar with the Tesla lineup, there's the Model 3 and the Model Y.
Yeah.
They're both essentially the same car. The Model Y is a little swollen, taller.
Yeah.
Poses as crossover. It's really, you're paying for headroom and a little trunk space.
And the rear seats, my understanding, quite terrible.
Yeah, practically the same car. So
Yeah.
you've got those two on the lower end. You're looking at 40 to 65 grand on those. And then you get into the more expensive, which you're looking at 80 to 120, and that's going to be the Model S.
Yeah.
And the
X.
Model X.
Yep.
So with the Model S and X, you get the Falcon doors on the X, the gull-wing style doors. On the new models, when you approach them, the handles pop out as a whole, like a bar.
Yep.
So you can grab them. With the 3 and the Y, the lower end models, it has the pivot handles.
The
kinda like
thumb
Aston
push in.
Martin did. I hate them.
Yep.
Oh my God, I hate them. First of all, like I'm a hobbyist detailer, so having to put your thumb on the thick end, you get fingerprints all over.
Right. It's
the
just
damn
going to,
car.
yeah.
So that bothers me. And then on the the minimalist interior that they've designed on the Model 3 and Y, you have 2 spheres, balls on each side of the steering wheel.
Yep.
And they both roll up and down, and they both are directional left and right. And it's not very like tactile.
Or accurate almost.
Yeah, like I'll press right and it'll slide up. I'll turn the volume up trying to skip the song. So
Right.
this is being really critical, right?
Right.
But these are things that you touch.
But at the
every
same time,
you use
not-
the car.
I hate that shit because the new Civics they put instead of just a radio knob, you have to like slide your finger up and down this like pad that doesn't click up or down.
Yeah. Why?
You just slide your finger.
Why?
Fuck off.
Like
It
a
doesn't-
button that doesn't button. It's just
yeah,
like a-
yeah, exactly.
Right.
A
I
button
I was
that
just
doesn't
gonna say
button.
it's one job to click over or whatever.
Yeah,
you know.
just fucking dude. We don't listen. We go out of our way to buy crazy keyboards. Give me a click.
right.
The
I wanna
things
click.
that you touch on a car are
Should
very
be-
important.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
on the 911, one of all the things that I change, shifter, steering wheel, those are all very important things that you touch every time and you see every time you get into the car.
Yep.
Having something that you touch every day bother you is like, oh,
Something that you need a tactile, responsive. That's my thing. Responsive feel.
Yep.
Like, because again, touchpads that are not responsive, it's just like instantly annoyed and fucking jam my finger. Like,
What's the thing? Oh, mechanical. A mechanical feeling.
right.
And the worst part is it clicking on it almost does have that mechanical click, which is pretty pleasing, but it's just not like enough. I don't know.
Right.
It's very,
right. It's
very
almost
vague.
a little muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my biggest complaints, which are very small complaints in the scheme of things. When I got the car, a lot of the things that Tesla has been challenged with is their build quality.
Yeah.
So, I eyed the car for a half an hour checking panel gaps.
Yep.
There was a couple scratches on the car, which is fine because I was planning on sending it to a detailer anyway.
Was there a precedent set if there was something you noticed? Could you have just said, I can't take this?
I'm sure I could have declined delivery.
Yeah.
Really hoped it didn't get to that point.
Right,
I
right,
waited
right,
3
but-
months for the car.
Yeah, no, but if something was so glaring, like, oh, gee,
I wouldn't have taken it if there was
Yeah.
something that bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even I've seen some bad examples.
Right,
Yep.
right.
So there was a scratch on the door. I could kind of get over that knowing I was going to have the car detailed. So
Yep.
I sent the car to, and here I am, a hobbyist detailer. I love sending cars to detailers.
Is this to get a
Gives you your baseline.
to compare and
It's like-
contrast?
It's kind of like, you support people you're fans of, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I love watching Larry's content.
Yeah.
I learned so much from Larry that what I spent on the detail didn't pay him back for what I've learned. I've earned
Right,
more
right,
money
right.
detailing from what I learned from him than
Yeah.
what I spent with him. So fine. Q Car Care up they're in like near Boston.
Yep.
They handle all, like every Tesla coming out of Boston goes to them for PPF and ceramic coating.
Yep.
So I sent the car to them, have the front end PPF'd and have the entire car buffed and ceramic coated. So I did that right after I got the car. So took delivery of the car, had it for a couple days, sent it to them, didn't have it for a week. So that kind of sucked.
Yep.
It was all great. And then all of a sudden I was a couple weeks ago washing the car, getting the salt off, and I hit it with the power washer and I was like, oh man, like that, like rear side of the rocker panel is like pretty peppered up already. That's kind of weird. I haven't had the car for that long. Hit it with the power washer and paint just flies off the car.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah, like nice big 3x3 chunk of paint just gone. Under it was all white, which at the time I thought was like plastic, but
Yeah.
the body's all aluminum.
So I was just going to ask, I don't know or didn't know if all the panels, everything was aluminum. Yeah.
For the body, everything is aluminum.
That's like when you use too much hardener
Yeah, I mean,
in the paint.
from what I understand, and I could be wrong here, Tesla uses some sort of environmentally friendly paint. So I don't know if it's like a water-based paint or something like that.
E36 trim.
Yeah. And
Glue.
I know they're rushing cars off the line, so maybe it was a matter of it not curing.
There's a company in Connecticut that does Tesla stuff. He was like a small guy where he would like wrap brand new Teslas with like this clear coat wrap, but it had like a flake, so it would change the colors of the car for people.
Yeah, so they have, I know like Expel, one of the larger PPF companies makes, what do they call it? Expel Stealth. So you can take like a black car and you wrap it in the PPF and it's suddenly like slightly matte.
Yeah, it'll do that, or like it'll have like neo colors and like look all crazy. Like you could do like a midnight purple.
Is it just like a colored wrap?
Yeah, but it's clear.
Okay.
So if you wrap like the back of anything, you see right through it like normal, but in different lights, it'll change its colors.
That's what you got to do to your cage. Little PPF.
That would, yeah, I was gonna I have door bars.
Yep.
Wildside Performance.
Shouts the potato.
The potato. Yeah, so he was doing all that kind of stuff, and he was saying, oh, I powder coated a ton of Tesla wheels, because if you pull the hubcaps off, they actually look sick.
Get a wheel, yeah.
So I probably powder coated like 6 dozen sets of fucking Tesla wheels for this guy. And he had a car and he was like, yeah, this is the car. It's going on. It's awesome. He put them on in the parking lot shit. And then he brought it back like the next week to have the tire swapped out because the customer's going back to stock. And that happened. It was missing paint. He removed the PPF film, which is supposed to be easily removable, not damage the paint.
Yeah.
Where on the car was it, you know?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And it tore the paint like right off the door.
Yep.
And I was like,
So the rear rocker panel on the car kind of flares out.
Yep.
And so they're known to get kind of rock chip. It's a wear area.
Yeah.
And the front of the car is completely flat. So like that's why I was like, oh, let me PPF the car. It'll be the whole front end, and I wasn't gonna. It gets pretty expensive to wrap the whole car, so I didn't do the whole thing. I was advised I should have done the rocker panels, and I should have listened.
Yep.
Or maybe not. I don't know. But
when that shit ages, though,
I was just gonna say that at that point,
modern PPF is good.
for how long?
A lot longer than old PPF was. It's so thin.
A lot longer than the paint.
Yeah, yeah, true. Modern PPF is so thin. I mean, I'm not an expert, but longer than I would own the car probably, or longer than the battery would last. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty disappointing to have spent what I spent getting the car ceramic coated and then have paint just come off in large sections. So the rear rocker panel, there was a lot in like large sections, maybe 3x3 that were just. It's a black car.
Yeah.
So a big white
Noticeable.
spot looks like a Dalmatian.
Right.
And then it started to happen just as I was washing the car by hand. I was not even using a power washer at this point. It started to happen on the front end of the side skirt.
Yep.
So like this is just bad.
Right. It isn't just one problematic spot or yeah.
So frustratingly, I did my homework on the car. I knew what the risks were. I knew that panel gap and assembly issues might have been a thing.
Yep.
But I didn't expect this. Right.
This, especially to this level.
And then to boot, one issue I didn't mention when I got the car was there were parts missing. The USB plugs for the driver were not there.
Yep.
And under the screen in the Model 3, there's two like phone-sized squares where you can sit a smartphone and it'll wirelessly charge, and those were not working. I called Tesla and they were like, "Oh yeah, we didn't put those in the car because of the chip shortage." It's like, oh, nobody was going to tell me that?
Right.
What else did you not put on the car?
Right, but I paid for them.
Yeah. So they're like, oh yeah, you just have to make a service appointment. Well, no one told me that. So luckily, right behind your elbow, there's two USB-Cs for the rear of the car. So there's no shortage of USB plugins in the car. It's fine. But
if they told you that's different, it's different.
Kind of felt like they were trying to pull a fast one.
You noticed if you schedule a service appointment.
Yeah.
Is there any type of QA QC at the Tesla the facility where you picked it up?
I'm sure there is, but
yeah.
I mean, this was they made the decision not to put the parts in. And I'm not saying that they tried to fuck me or anything like that.
No. I just wonder. I honestly was just curious in this particular instance if it was something that they're like, yeah, we knew about it. We're gonna let it go. Or they just never even quality checked it before it left the door.
I think at that time, all Model 3s and Model Ys were going out without those parts. They're considered
right.
From
Okay.
Tesla's perspective.
Yeah. But it should have
non-safety items.
Yeah, but again, to that point, should have been communicated to you. Yeah.
So when the Tesla dealership isn't really a dealership. It's not like as an example, Inskip in Warwick.
Right.
You're not dealing with a franchise dealership.
It would sort of be like buying a shirt from Gap.
Yep.
Having some threads missing on it or come loose the next day and then going to Gap and saying, fix this, right?
Yeah.
It's not how it
there
works.
Are not, they don't have a family-owned business to represent.
Yeah.
This is a cold empire of Tesla.
Yeah. It's literally the same thing as a store.
So I called the 1-800 number that they give you.
Yeah.
And I'm immediately told you have to schedule service on the app. So I get on my app and I'm
oh my god, I'd
scheduling
already be so fucking aggravated.
Right, you're pissed off. There's paint coming off your brand new car.
Yeah.
So I schedule the service. I send the pictures in. About a day later, I get declined, not under warranty, and I'm like, oh, it's on. Right. So I call the dealership, and if you try and call the service department, it immediately reroutes you to that 1-800 number.
Oh
make
my
an
God.
appointment on the app. So now I'm in this circle of like getting pissed off at Tesla.
Yeah.
So I call the sales department and get through to someone. And eventually get routed to the local service department, who tells me that they've never seen this before and that it probably isn't covered under warranty. So I hit the internet, and there's a number of class action lawsuits against Tesla
currently.
So I'm kind of disappointed that Charlie Justice isn't here.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if he'd be all fired up if he's got a stake in the company.
Yeah.
It's 9:20. You just mentioned that we'd be leaving here right around 11.
So I printed out all my examples of the class action lawsuit, 45 examples of people who have had this exact issue happen.
Yep.
And
Never
it's
seen this before.
Dating back to 17.
Yep.
So since the car was released, this has been happening.
Oh, I never heard that before.
Yeah, kind of blowing smoke up my ass there.
Yeah.
So after a couple of serious calls to the local service department there, they said, all right, you know, they shouldn't have just declined it. We should take a look at the car. So they tell me to come in. I make another appointment on the app. I go in. And then when I get there, they're like, oh, you don't have an appointment today. So they tell me that they canceled the appointment because the issue has already been resolved, and that there was no warranty coverage for failed paint on at the time, 80-day-old car. So it was a runaround. So I got, a little upset. They had me come back to meet with the service manager. And so Andrew and Heather at Tesla Warwick hooked it up. They made it right, so the car is getting repainted right now. It's kind of unfortunate that I have a brand new car that has paintwork now.
Yeah.
And the ceramic coating that I put on there is now completely
That's the thing is
gone.
like,
Dude, when they canceled it on you and you showed up,
I showed up during a work day. So like,
was the first word out of your mouth, dude?
Not, I didn't respond that way. Surprisingly, I surprised myself that I didn't have a strong reaction.
I'm
People
mad
working
for
there
you.
have no control, right? This girl's been working there for 3 months. She has no control over what some
Right,
guy
right.
who works who knows where.
it's just she's going to be an unfortunate victim of the system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's just a cold, you're working with the empire here.
Yeah.
Right? You're not getting any warm and fuzzies or anybody trying to take care of you.
Right.
But eventually, I met with the service manager. It took a good 2 weeks to iron all this out with me stressing about it. Marching in there with my folder full of printed out examples and class action lawsuits that I'm going to hit them with and pile on. But they were cool. I got all of my service appointments covered for the next 5 years.
Oh, cool.
Which there's not all that much service on the car.
Right. But at least something. Because I was going to say, no, there should be like ceramic coating covered.
Yeah, because that's aftermarket. That's not something that they would cover, unfortunately. So hopefully the car comes back looking right. That's going to be
Who is is it their paint shop
Yeah,
that's
they
doing
wouldn't
it?
They wouldn't let me pick.
Mm.
But I've been checking in on them on Century mode. Keep an eye on the shop,
Yep.
making sure it's indoors.
Anybody doing anything?
No way. You could just see what's
Yeah, I
happening.
can see what's going on with the car right now.
We can look at it right this second. Yeah.
That's fucked. They better be nice in that shop because you can see Joe Schmo's ass crack
So
while he's
it's
sanding
in
another
service,
car.
It's in service mode and it's locked right now.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, the car is great. Like I said, I love the car. This is a really unfortunate speed bump to have to happen, but
Yeah.
I'm happy that at least
The problem is these speed bumps are so common.
They couldn't just paint a fucking side skirt and give it to you?
it's part of the body. So it's all
I would have been like, dude, give me another car.
I did. That was the approach I had. I really wanted a new car out of it. Like
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
it and again, this is the problem with New Frontiers. If that was a legacy manufacturer, I'm pretty sure you'd get a new car.
Yeah, that was my approach when I spoke to someone on the phone that wasn't at the dealership. It was like, this is a lemon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but what's the hit on depreciation of a car that has paintwork?
Right.
Tell
Right.
me.
I mean, it's almost equivalent. It's equivalent to the car being involved in an accident.
Yeah.
And having that on
And it's on the Tesla record, right? So
Right.
if I have to go through Tesla, it's on the service record. It's not even like it's on
Right.
Carfax that it had an accident.
the scary part is there's so little control. And again, conspiracy theory, I'm going to put my fucking wet sponge on my head like the brain machine. But like somebody could change something on a record very easily.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if said person at said said service center, all they're doing, like you said, Heather is reading the report she's given.
Yep.
Hey, sorry, sir, we can't cover this.
Yep.
Which is pretty fucked up.
Pretty cold. So on the purchasing end, it's great, right? It's so easy. You don't have to deal with anyone. It's all online. You go there, you sign a couple things on an iPad. See you later. Enjoy your car. If you want training, we'll give it to you. If you don't, it's on the car. You figure it out.
Right. Unbelievable experience
Yep.
from that aspect.
Then you have an issue, and it's like, well, I don't know. Talk to the robot.
Right.
So, yeah,
Interesting. How long has it been at the shop?
a week.
Okay.
Had it 1 week.
Did they give you a date of
They said, the rental agreement or the loaner agreement's only for 2 weeks, and they originally wanted to do 1. So I'm hoping that within 2 weeks I have the car back.
Seems like they would have been fucked already.
Yeah,
then.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very eager to see how this turns out.
I mean,
I want it to be good for you, and I want it to be no issues. But
But
like,
if we have to raise the militia.
fuck, I hope
yeah.
they,
I still have my folder.
hope
of,
they do a good job. You're right. And yeah, do your research and have it ready because again, this shouldn't be. It's not okay. No matter what, it's not okay.
And once I credit to the folks that work Tesla. Once I had someone boots on the ground looking at the car, they're
Actually,
like, oh yeah, that's a problem. Like,
yeah,
it's paint actually just coming off. It's not like you scraped a rock or hit a curb or anything like
right.
that. This is an actual.
Again, and I mean, we could go into a whole thing, but like the customer service thing, it's having people physically in front of you is a completely different experience than calling a number for your cable company who,
I mean, I shouldn't have to lie and call sales just to get someone on the phone to
right,
express
to go
how
through this.
unhappy I am with this problem.
Yeah, to go through this
And then wait nearly a week to get a call back.
a response and
So.
right. Again, on a large purchase. And it's not like this is 2 years down the road. No, you just took delivery of this thing.
Yeah.
I wonder how they would have handled it if you went through the showroom window.
Well, there's why the paint falling off.
Right,
there.
right,
You
yeah.
shouldn't be driving through windows, sir.
Then it would have been his problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you just showed up, do you think they would have handled it differently? Like, because you were just been in their face.
Well, I
Like,
did show up for my.
That's what he
appointment.
had to do.
Well,
That they
I mean-
canceled without telling me.
You're right. Yeah, I know. But if you if you just showed up and you were like, "Hey, so I got a brand new car outside and the paint's flaking off. Like, I'm not leaving until it's handled." Do you think they would have been dicks? Oh, you have to use the app store and schedule
The
something. online.
response
I was
that I
good-
got, like from the poor girl Heather, like I said, she was at the, she's pretty new at Tesla, and she told me that. So like yelling at her or getting upset with her,
You
is
were
not
like,
gonna do
I
it.
was going to say, they are.
Dude, I went in there ready to go, and I was like, I can't. What is this gonna do?
Get me someone who's been here for a while. I'm
They-
angry.
I guarantee they have a script to work off of.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
This is it. This is what you do. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am. You have to call this number. We can't do anything until this, and this is done. Or can't do anything. Period.
Yeah. Yep. So it was, they made it right, like I said.
Yeah, yeah.
Got some floor mats out of the deal. Hopefully, I'll
Chuck
get my
system.
wireless charger set up.
Right,
They'll really
right.
take care of me.
Yeah.
you late game Chuck system.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Extended. Just long game. Just playing the long game.
The Chuck with 2K system.
And it continues because, again, hopefully it comes back and it's all
Yep.
on the up and up. How's your wife feel about it?
She loves it, right? She was hesitant about it just because change is hard.
It's big. It's a
every
different
change is
thing, right?
freaking Hard, right?
Right.
And she had an all-track before that.
Yep.
And we loved that car. It was great. Nice car to just get around.
I'm sensing
Yep.
pain.
What's that?
Pain from letting it go.
The all-track?
Yeah, you made it. You winced.
A little bit.
You're like,
Rode
yeah,
me
we
up.
got rid of it.
Yeah. No, it was good. We had the all-track and the Tiguan at the same time, and it's pretty much the same car. One has a
Yeah.
1.8, one has a 2-liter, but
Yeah,
the 2
just
liter's
a
bigger. So,
different shape.
I think the Alltrack's a cool ass car.
They're cool. Yeah, I like them.
I'm not a Volkswagen guy at all.
Yeah.
I like Sammy's. Interior's awesome.
Yeah, I did like that car. Does he still have it?
Yes.
Yeah. He has a good color too, right? That blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sick color.
Yeah, the Alltrack came in good colors. That
Yeah.
and like foresty green. is
The
real
green one.
good.
Strobel had a green one.
Yeah, it was tough to get rid of, but my wife loves it. The one pedal driving, gotta say, like game changer.
Just different, right?
So
right.
all cars should come with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a regenerative braking thing. It
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just
yeah.
be it's
Slow to stop, but yeah, automatically.
even
essentially.
reactionary. Like if you were saying an example where you need to stop short.
Yeah.
You take your foot off the gas, and the car's already slowing down, like substantially, like to the point where you can't in the Tesla. You can configure all this. You could turn it off if you want.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
by the time you have your foot off the gas to get on the brake,
Yeah.
the car's already halfway slowed down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So it's a safety,
really nice
right?
feature.
It's safety.
Yep.
Yeah, it's additional safety just automatically.
Love that. Autopilot, full self-drive, not a fan.
Yeah.
They can keep it. It's pretty gimmicky. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool. And, same thing with the batteries. Like people argue that, the Tesla's batteries are just as non-eco-friendly.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
having
yeah.
but you got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. Like if we don't invest the time and research into how to develop these and recycle these batteries effectively, we're never going to get there.
The
So you have
gasoline
to-
engine wasn't the most efficient thing when
Yeah.
it first,
Yep.
was developed.
Exactly.
is this it? Like,
I don't
EVs
think I
for-
would want to be a full EV home, like having utility wise, like maybe like from a novelty perspective, it would be cool to take an EV on a long distance road trip.
Yeah.
But like generally, if I'm on a long distance road trip, I want to get that shit over with. I don't want to have to stop and charge.
plan, right.
But at the same time, like in Georgia, they have like, I don't know what they call it. They call it a hypercharging station that charges a car from dead to full in like 15, like very short amount of time. A short enough amount of time that once that infrastructure is rolled out,
Yep.
you're not going to think about
For a normal
you know,
stop.
5 years from now, you may be able to charge your car faster than you could fill it at a gas station.
Like 15 minutes, if you think about it, I guess could feel like an inconvenience. Like if you're late for work, 15 minutes is 15 minutes. But if you're going on like a road trip or whatever, like 15
I was just
minutes
saying,
to stretch your
15,
legs,
15 minutes on a road trip, it's
hit the piss
more
up,
than enough.
find
If
some
you're, if
snacks.
you're late for work, like, that's on you, dog. Charge your car.
Right, right.
That's
yeah,
true. Yeah, you're not driving. Well, my issue is because I seriously considered buying a Tesla before I bought the 17 Civic, and I was like, well, I'd have to charge it at work because it's 111 miles one way, and I would be too nervous to drive home with like whatever 60% battery, especially in the winter because if you're using the HVAC, I heard that like kills you a little bit.
Yeah. So in the winter, you definitely see a decreased range, and that's for a couple of reasons. A, you know, batteries just don't perform as well
As
in
efficiently.
cold weather,
Yeah.
and also you're using HVAC that's stealing battery from your range.
But the AC probably kills it too, no?
Yeah, everything. In
I was gonna say,
using
yeah, no.
anything, your stereo,
Anything auxiliary,
uses-
right.
kills it. The newer Teslas, I'm not sure. I think it's the past couple years, maybe 2. They have a heat pump that will warm the battery in advance.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can schedule that on. You know, one of the coolest features about the car. Again, not trying to shill it, but like not everybody has exposure to.
Yeah.
So it's
No, and it's been a while. Like we had Chuck's friend Gregor in when he first got his Model 3 a while back, and it's been a while since we've kind of really covered any of these to in depth versus making fun of them or whatever. You know, like an actual, this is reality and somebody's actually using
user
the thing.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being able to like warm the car up from your phone, just
Yeah.
The quality of life perks seem like
Great.
they're there.
it's great. Yeah, I mean, I have in Rhode Island. There's only one charging station.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it is. But I charge exclusively from home, and I have not had an issue at all.
So you had just a Tesla charger installed.
Yep. Yeah, I think you only get like 4 miles per hour on a 110 outlet. So
Yep.
it's pretty much if you really want to charge at home, it's a necessity. It's
Yeah.
$500 for the
That's not
charger,
for the.
and then you have to have it installed. So you're probably like $1,000 to $1,500,
Yeah,
depending
which-
on.
Do they lump that into like your?
No, that's a separate purchase. You buy it online with your Tesla T-shirt.
And the juice.
And
Yes.
I was going to say the Tesla
The
juice.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, whatever it is. No, they made their own liquor.
I hate
It's
that.
a bowl tequila or something, I think. I can't remember.
So I mean, so all right. So what's your average mileage for a full charge?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Because you
So
have
the-
it on
the
your
car
app.
Yeah, the car should get about 300. It's a Model 3 long range. So the long range comes with dual motor. So the Model 3 kind of gets grouped into 3 packages. You've got the base model, which has single motor. Then you've got the long range, which of the 3 packages has the longest range, 320. And then the performance, which is faster but has the larger wheels, some little bits, accessories.
Yeah.
And then gets less mileage. Less
That's if
range.
they install them all. Chip shortage.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
So your average gas mileage as a consumer, like not on paper,
Range.
your range,
Yep.
is 300
Yeah.
using HVAC.
Yeah.
I mean that's not bad.
No. I mean, like,
I mean, if the other thing is like, depends on how you drive, right?
I'm a
I
grandpa.
drive the dick out of this car. Like that's
deal.
why the paint is falling off. I drive this car so
blew right
hard.
off. It went
Yeah.
so fast.
Mock Jesus.
Yeah. So just some calculus mathematics. I hit up NASA right after I
Yep.
responded to your
Shouts
email.
to Brian at NASA.
Yep.
Oh, you use Brian too?
Yeah.
Great guy, right? Yeah.
Gets back to
Ask
me
him how
quick.
his mother's doing.
So I have about say 5,000 miles on the car,
Yep.
give or take. That's been a 1,400 kilowatt usage in the time of ownership. At Rhode Island's extremely high rate
Of electricity.
21 cents per kilowatt hour delivered to your home.
Yep.
That's a total cost of somewhere between $270 and $300
Yep.
over the course
To
of
drive 5,000 miles.
more than 5,000. Yep, and that's beating the piss out of it.
That's a good deal.
It's wild. Yeah. No, it is.
So
That's a really good deal because what you pay for the car, you're definitely saving. Because I spend about $500 a month on fuel.
yeah. So 5,000 miles on a car that gets 25 miles per gallon, which I'd say is pretty conservative, right? I mean, 25. There's plenty of people to get less.
Yeah, yeah.
I would guess there's more people that get less than there are that get more.
Right, because because that mileage is a tough thing to factor. Like, do they keep up with maintenance? How clean is their air filter? You know, there's a bunch of shit to factor.
Are you driving a Tundra?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So 5,000 miles at 25 miles per gallon is 200 gallons of gas. What's a gallon of gas cost?
Currently,
$5.
All right, so let's be conservative and say $4 per gallon.
Yeah.
Which is a dated number, but that's $800 in fuel.
Yeah.
So you're comparing $270 to $800, and that's being pretty conservative with the cost of fuel and your mileage on the car.
Yeah.
So my calculations say that you use somewhere between 20 and 25% the cost in electricity versus the fuel cost.
Yep. Which is pretty significant.
Great. Yep. And
Yeah.
then on top of that, you get there's a tax credit that you get for buying the car. So
Yep.
right there, that's $7,000 off the price of the car.
Right. Which is still good. Yeah.
So
No, there's savings, and it's again, currently you're fighting Tesla, not the gas pumps.
Yeah.
You know, with that car in particular.
so per year, that's about $6,000 in savings on fuel.
Yep.
So how long does the average person have a new car for? If you're somebody who's buying a new car and you keep it for, I don't know, you pick a number, 5 years,
I'd say 5. Yeah.
it's $30,000 in savings.
Yep.
Assuming
Across.
the price of gas doesn't go up.
Yep. Which you're right. In this world, it's gonna.
Yeah. So we're also looking at doing solar on the house. So that,
Yep.
that'll offset
Just
that
even more. Yeah.
So it definitely pays for itself if you're somebody that can play the long game, and you don't even have to play it. If you're buying a 4Runner and you want to milk it for 7 years, say, to really make it worth it and pay the car off and drive it for a couple years beyond that, it's going to take a lot longer to earn its keep than
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
electric car would.
And I was gonna say, like, Model 3 prices. I mean, again, let's face it, cars are expensive now. So it's just almost anything is going to be in that range. You got to really look, especially if you're going new and want efficient and all that sort of stuff. It's priced pretty accurately.
I mean, 50 grand is not a small. It's
Yeah.
not cheap. That's not inexpensive, and I don't want to act like that's not a lot.
Yeah,
of money,
yeah.
but-
No.
But if you're looking at it from a consumer perspective of savings over the course of the car ownership, like
Right.
definitely there's money to be saved.
It can be warranted if you can be okay with it and adapt to the change and the way it's used.
Yep.
Yeah, there's money.
Change is hard, right? Just people don't like change. Like everybody wants to. We naturally resist, right? Like
Yeah, for
you have
sure.
we were saying earlier.
Don't
you
wanna-
get an app update on your phone, and it's frustrating. Like you want the old app back. Coincidentally, the car gets app updates,
Yep.
and suddenly the UI on the screen that we've had for a week is way different than it was.
You
week
have
prior.
no control over that, right?
No.
It just does it.
You might be able to. I don't know if it forces the download. I'm sure it might. I'm not sure.
I'd imagine at some point,
Yeah, you're gonna get forced. to do.
yeah, they're not going to allow you to just let it go with old firmware.
It's also nice that like if you bought the car and then decide, I want, and you can't upgrade to the performance like because it's a
Right,
different motor.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can upgrade the car to have full self-drive if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah.
Which I believe they're phasing that out right now. I think it's like 10 or 12 grand. for
Yeah, it
full
was
self-drive.
absurd.
It's a
There
lot
was
of money.
there was a thing. Yeah, there's a lot going on with the FSD
But I
stuff.
think now it's going towards subscription. So
Yep.
it'll be $200 a month. So if you decide you're going on a road trip and you want to have full self-drive.
That's okay.
you
That's
can
kind
get
of cool.
But yeah, so it's cool to be able to add stuff on and not be stuck with the.
$200. That's crazy.
Yeah.
For a month though, if you're one person, again, this is in the perfect world if it's not going to kill you.
I spent $200 and it killed the fuck out of me.
Bad purchase.
Yeah, regrets.
Overall, yeah. So yeah, even though there's some issues, which hopefully they're resolved, you're pretty okay with the EV change.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the car. Like, I'm not saying that, there's a lot of hesitation. It's not a fun car. It doesn't make the noises we like.
Yeah.
Does your daily make the noises that you like?
Right,
in
right.
most cases.
Right.
Tech, bro.
Yeah, okay, so it screams at you a little bit, but like, I mean, eventually most car guys get to a point where they say, unless you're somebody who enjoys dailying something unreliable, inconvenient, and painful, like,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of car guys get to the point where they say, I need something reliable.
Right. There is still just a weekend car.
And at that point, isn't the electric car all of that?
Yeah.
And more?
And then some. Yeah. Have you made it do anything weird yet?
As far as what?
Like noises, different beeps?
Yeah, it's all the novelty shit. You can
Yeah.
make it fart outside the car.
Yeah.
It's
Just weird shit.
so gimmicky, but so entertaining. Like the whoopee cushion is probably the greatest feature in the car. It's really fun. And you can do it outside the car. So when somebody sits in, say, the passenger seat, it farts outside the car.
Oh, my God.
Stuff.
Never ends. Where can we go from here?
Yeah, the Model X does the dance. That was like the first
Yeah, the
thing I
party-
did when I got it. I was
party-
like, I got to get it into Christmas mode. So the
Yeah,
chords go
yeah.
up and down. It's cool.
We-
Again, all gimmick, but
Yeah.
entertaining.
Oh
right?
my God. If it's not snowing out, we might have to do that on the
Yeah.
way out. Well, dude, thank you for coming in to hang out.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? I mean, let me ask you this. Do you have a dream car or did you get it?
I think the 911 was definitely like being somebody I've been into German cars forever.
Yeah.
So I'd say the 911 is probably the epitome of that. It's at the top of the pile, but the 911 I have is relatively base model in the scheme in the 911 air-cooled 911 world.
Right.
So would I like, a C4S? Sure. Or
Yeah.
C2S? Sure. Would I like a more modern GT3? Sure. But I'm perfectly content with what I have. I love the way, I've built it exactly how I want.
Yeah.
It's OEM plus. It's not over the top. It's reliable. I love the car. I don't really want to do anything else to it.
Yep.
I want to maintain it. Like we're gonna do a brake upgrade this year. We never did the brakes when I got the car,
Yep.
so that'll be a nice little change. But it's all but done.
Enough to keep it
Yeah, I
interesting.
don't want to put a wing on it. I want to keep it period correct for what it is.
Yep.
But I got the roof wheels from Casale.
Yep.
That's a big change. I like those a lot.
Yeah, it looks.
That's what I wanted before I even got the car, so it panned out perfect.
Jeez, it really is just such a perfect scenario for that thing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Lucked out.
It's awesome. Well, congrats on everything.
Thank you.
I know it's the car, it's the house, wife, child, and if the worst thing you got to deal with is some
Fleeky
Tesla paint.
Yeah, life is good, man.
It's pretty
Life is
good. So truly, congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Let's get into some questions. Let me pop this thing
Questiones.
open. Where are we at? Nope. I gotta hit this one, not that one. Here we go. We'll go from the bottom. Jordan MX_5. Worst movie you've ever seen?
I have one, but I don't remember the name of it. I know that's not helping.
Describe it in full detail.
Dude, I cannot. I literally cannot.
Shit. I love a lot of movies, even just weird, stupid shit. I'm lost for worst movie.
I'm texting my girlfriend right now.
There's nothing I've ever I'm sure there's movies I've turned off, but there's nothing I've ever walked out of.
Oh, I got it. I thought of it myself. I'm Thinking About Leaving You is the name of the
I've
movie.
never even heard.
It's on Netflix. It is
There's probably a
the
reason for that.
Yeah.
biggest waste of 2 hours. So bad. I know we're not supposed to bash stuff. Trash. I'd rather eat that whole box of Reese's than watch that movie again. It's so bad.
Shout to Tim Connors in the chat. He writes Human Centipede.
Whoa.
I like that movie.
That was an incredible
It was a
movie.
good movie.
And that's the only movie. That's the only series where the second one has been better than the first one that I could think of.
Tim Connors is gonna hate us after this episode.
Yeah, he's like, I'm fucking unsubbing.
Fuck these dudes.
Dude, Human Centipede 2 is a black and white snuff movie. And a baby gets crushed by a brake pedal. That's all you need to know.
Oh my god.
I heard bad things. Yeah, I did hear a bit about that movie.
Watch it.
Oh, it's
I'd rather
wild.
not.
It's wild viewing.
No, you got it. It's an incredible time.
Wild viewing.
It's the biggest Human Centipede ever
Shit,
made.
I need to think about this. I want to circle back because I gotta put put the brain machine on.
Yeah, put the brain machine on.
And give this some real heavy thought. Let's see. Kevin401. Pancake or waffles? Got to pick one.
Everybody knows waffles are better than pancakes.
I'm picking pancakes all day.
What kind of Belgian waffle? Probably.
I think just the general, any dealer's choice, any type of pancake versus any type of waffle.
I'm gonna go pancake then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I will
pancake
say,
for sure.
if we're eating at Christie's, in Westbrook, Connecticut, they have the best pancakes.
Very-
I'd rather eat that pancake over any other waffle.
Very
in the world.
I think
specific.
there's more variety amongst waffles than pancakes. So okay. There's lots of different types
shit.
of pancakes, but you're probably gonna generally I'd be more pleased with
A waffle.
no, because you could get a bad waffle.
Where?
but-
Because Eggo waffles are better than most places' pancakes.
Strongly disagree.
But there's a thing, like, you can't have chicken and pancakes, but you can have chicken and waffles.
Chicken and
That's
waffle.
the
And
best
it's
application
good.
of a waffle.
So, like, what's more versatile? I feel like the
Definitely the
waffle
waffle.
is more versatile.
I'm telling you right now, the pancake is a hard one to master because it's got to be fluffy on the inside
Right.
and have crispy
No doubt.
edges.
Have you ever seen those Japanese pancakes, the super fluffy ones?
Wiwi fin pancake?
Yeah. No. This one's like a thick boy, and it's almost it's the gummy bear of pancakes, and it just like flops
Swole boy.
around. Yeah. I forgot what they're actually. I'm sure I'm gonna ruin the name. Oh, I don't know the name, but like
We'll have to.
I'm a fucking disgrace to a whole continent right now. But like
It's a Chinese thing, Japanese.
Japanese.
Japanese,
There's
yeah.
particular We'll find it. I'll pull up a video. But those things look great. But then I seen a thing like, oh, how to make them, and the dude like one of those like cooking with Babish or something like that.
I love binging with Babish.
one of
That's
those
awesome.
one of those type of channels is just like, oh yeah, this thing takes 5 times the effort as making normal pancakes, and it's the same exact result. It's just fluffy. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. I want to try it. Yeah, I don't know. I still say pancakes though.
Waffles, every edge is crispy, man. And if you butter it,
yeah, it takes you an hour to butter. Fucking
how?
There's so many pockets.
Yeah,
You
man.
don't
do
do
every-
stick of butter.
Just fill the whole thing.
No, when it's hot, you just take the whole stick of butter and like a
You
pen.
rub it. What
Yeah.
kind of a savage are you?
That's just thinking smart.
You don't cut the butter. You're gonna put that butter in your coffee.
No, I've heard people doing that.
Yeah, it's like
Also, real quick, the bad movies thing. Me and my girlfriend watched a movie last night about a dog that turned into a demon that killed people that stressed its owner out.
What was it called?
I don't know. It's also on Hulu or Netflix. And it was fucking weird, but I'd recommend watching it.
Let's see. Kevin401 again. He just writes, Josh, did you get shawarma tonight without Corey and Chuck? I did.
We did.
This is like, I don't know if I've ever had shawarma without either one of.
Did it feel wrong?
It did.
Then I don't want to be right. Oh,
This was my first shawarma experience, and it was good.
Yeah,
out of
it's
10.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
The fries was great. Had
Yeah.
the fries up
It's,
in there.
it's a great package.
What
I got
would
some
you
leftovers. so
what
I'm
would
gonna
you give
enjoy
it out
in
of
the morning.
10?
I'll give it like an 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next time I have to try calzone. Whipped butter is the real MVP. That's the fattest thing I ever heard in my life.
Tim again, dude.
Tim.
He's ripping him apart.
I didn't know it was Tim.
Wait, what are you making a
On
rice?
what?
Oh my God. Haha, you're ugly. I've watched Midnight Meat Train. Not a good movie.
Did you ever watch Dead Girl? Remember I told you to watch it?
No, I don't think.
Zombie and the zombie girl that they find?
Oh, yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, go watch Dead Girl. Definitely not with kids.
Yeah.
Dead girl.
And also not with, maybe just watch it alone.
All right.
Yeah. You
Fair
gotta really,
enough.
you really gotta fill your audience out on that one.
My God. Yeah, no, you make what in a rice cooker? Try it. It works amazing.
Is that the pancake?
Mr. Edelman, pancakes or waffles in a rice cooker?
Really?
I don't know.
It's like
I'm lost.
A steamed pancake.
Hit us up with that. Oh, unless he's saying
Your thing.
the pancake thing in a rice cooker.
I've heard
Right,
of
because
it.
it's just pumping moisture in it or something.
Big.
I've heard of the air fryer.
Steamed pancake.
Make a Eggo waffle in an air fryer.
Okay.
You can air fry anything. Huge air fryer guy. Love air
Dude,
fryers.
We have one, but it's mixed in with an Instapot.
Yep.
So I've never used the air fryer portion of it.
Is that like? Is it like a large coffee pot? Where
It's
kinda
just like two different, it just looks like an Instapot, but then it has one cover for the pressure cooking
Yep.
and one cover for the air frying. So it's still like the same stuff. You just, two sets of
the
buttons
one
or
I have
whatever.
is like a toaster oven.
And then you
Nice,
just
'cause
slide the thing in.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can make the thick boy pancakes in a rice cooker.
Oh boy.
All right.
I'm going to have to look that up.
And you throw whipped butter on top.
That could change everything. McGrath Paul. He just writes, are we still doing the 5 count into the trash can at $5 a gallon for premium or not?
I think Chuck would. I'll speak for Chuck again, as I have all night. I think he would just based on principle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, right.
Yeah.
You can't derive from your,
If you don't stand for everything,
yeah. You stand for nothing.
How much you jumping? Like $1.50?
Right. 5 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
it's about a gallon and a half.
That's probably like $4 right there at most, but it's well worth it.
Oh, the dog movie was called Good Boy.
Good
Yeah,
boy,
I've
dead
never
girl.
heard of it.
Good Boy,
Jesus.
Dead Girl.
You
Check
guys
it out.
like to keep things simple. Schmidtum. He just writes, what's the current best deal on satellite radio? Talk to our in-house satellite radio connoisseur and specialist, Mr. John Stairs. I don't know if his contract is up anytime soon, but
Do you just get Sirius for Howard Stern? Is that all? Does anyone get Sirius for not Howard Stern?
basically, I don't know. He legit listens to Sirius just for Howard Stern.
I think that's literally the only reason why they're
Why
still in
else would you have
business.
Sirius?
Yeah, no, it's a very good point. Isn't Hank the Drunken Dwarf? He's not back. He's unfortunately
I don't know what
deceased.
that is.
The Beetlejuice is back. Him and Howard had like a rekindling. So I heard.
I don't listen to
Couldn't
Howard
tell you, I'm
Stern.
not-
Yeah,
not
he's
serious.
one of the little whack pack. That's what they call him. Baby Yoda. Will Shook ever come to a donut
Nope.
meet?
Yes.
Bring the Honda.
I was gonna. You don't want that thing there.
Why, we wouldn't be
No,
able to
I
see,
am now a
wouldn't-
paint professional.
wouldn't be able to see you through the windshield.
No, you won't. I
Paint
was gonna
professional.
come to this last one, but my alarm went off, and
You see the way my bank account was set up.
Yeah, no, literally, my alarm went off, and I looked at the clock, and I went, "No."
When's the next one?
April.
Okay.
First week.
Oh,
First Sunday of April.
That's what I was
forgot what
gonna
the
say
actual
the
date
other
is.
earlier, yeah, I had those pulled up. Actually, it is right here. April 3rd.
Yep.
9 to 11:30.
You heard it here.
Yep.
My goal is to have my car at the October 2nd one, right, 2 days before my birthday.
Perfect. I applaud that goal, and I think you can
Is
obtain
that
it.
the last one of the season?
Second to last.
Second to last, yeah. Because we'll have donut meat, and then I know KD and the boys will put on
Christmas.
the Christmas stuff. So I figured that probably later in the November, I believe, if not early December for them guys. But obviously, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Let's see. Double D603 just writes, whoever did the Sarah McLachlan voice, whoever did the Sarah McLachlan voicemail has to redo it as for less than a gallon of gas a month. P.S. They were an absolute legend. Absolutely. I top tier voicemail. JH_creative. Have sex in scuba flippers for the rest of your life or scuba mask / snorkel.
Flippers.
Flippers. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Because you could dive.
Well, I
into
wouldn't.
that
I wouldn't say the flippers would make things easy,
Good traction,
but it'd be
stability. You can clap for yourself.
right. That's true.
I love that. You know, it's like the shower sex meme, and it's the guy wearing the goggles and the snorkel gear,
Yeah.
and it says "overcome, adapt."
Right. And yeah.
or whatever the
Bear
Bear
Grylls
Grylls
thing.
thing,
Yeah. Because
The flippers aren't that much of a hindrance.
no, really not.
Scuba mask. You
The
look
the
like an
mask
idiot.
and snorkel.
Yeah.
That's like a lot.
The scuba mask stays on during sex.
That is actually no, it's not it because I have a couple screenshots of questions that were sent in. Let me kick those up. This comes from Will Evans. Yo, hope you guys are well. Seems appropriate to consider your post-apocalyptic bug-out vehicle. I'd like to hear your suggestions. So when the world inevitably comes to a bitter end,
Chuck's is a CRV.
he's ready already. Fuck yeah, I'm going out in style. I need a G-Wagon.
G-Wagon?
AMG G63. That way I can close the doors.
Did you see the video of the one falling off the parking garage onto its roof?
I didn't know.
It falls off a 4 or 5 story parking garage to its roof.
Yeah.
Nothing happens to this vehicle.
Solid.
It literally hit the ground and sounded like an earthquake.
Hence
G-Wagon is a good play.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it standard.
I go Ford Flex.
That thing,
The other
is,
square vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
like
thing's going to break down 2.5
Whoa.
minutes into the apocalypse.
No, it's like a flex on all the other
Take a
survivors.
Scion XB, please.
Yeah.
It's the smallest.
Oh,
vehicle.
the
No,
little
I'd probably
kid.
do a Forerunner. Definitely not an EV.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the Forerunner in the Project Stinkbug
Oh.
Mint 400 race, the most recent one, not the one they're participating in that video when they get trailered, they are being towed by a Forerunner,
Probably all stock, just shitting on the thing.
stuck with like a different set of tires, and it's just destroying that terrain.
I
If
would
you
love
if
that
you
one.
watch closely what that thing's going over and yanking these boys over, it's just like, what in the fuck?
FJ Cruiser would be a second.
FJ Cruiser would be good.
All the
be pretty
you know
good.
all the electricals run through the roof, so you could sink it.
Lots
That-
of rust though. Very rusty cars.
Rusty, but no electrical issues.
Are they steel?
Don't know.
I hope so.
That's
'Cause
like
never
an
owned
era
one.
of bad Toyota frames.
you can just weld to them,
That's true.
take
Might
bullets.
be a good thing in the apocalypse.
Yeah, you hit
Take,
your
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Just
hit your
yeah.
recall and apocalypse.
Like, I
Yep.
don't want to be aluminum welding in the apocalypse.
No doubt.
Like,
That would not go well.
throw some slag at it and fucking.
yeah,
that's
booger,
it.
booger the frame up.
Doesn't matter. Matter of fact, it'll add to it.
Yeah,
And the FJ, that's a very good one because that could take some
a beating.
heat, if you will, under the doors and the
Has
sides.
3 wiper blades for all
Oh
the
my
zombie.
God.
You
guts.
seen
Yeah.
what is it, Day of the Dead?
Yeah.
What did they use in that? Was it just an Econovan with the chainsaw out the side?
No, they modded a bunch of stuff.
Because
That was like a small bus.
that one's not the play. Don't do that chainsaw thing. If you never seen that
Didn't work
movie,
out well.
Yeah, not the best.
it worked out well, just not for the lady on the on the on the bus thing. Whatever
on
it
the
was.
on the on the
Truck-
receiving end
truck bus
of the
of
chainsaw.
the chainsaw. Yeah.
Okay. This one I was saving. And the boys they're obviously going to participate in this as well. I think this is going to be a long-term discussion. This could go in a bunch of different routes,
Could it be an
but we're going to
episode?
start it here. Yeah, and this is what I said. So this was sent to me by Mixed by Jaro. This debate has divided the entire internet. Are there more wheels or doors in the world?
What kind of doors?
Bikes included?
So this is, I think, this is the problem.
Houses don't have many wheels.
Right. But
Wait,
cities
all
do.
doors included? All wheels
that's-
and doors, buildings.
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
boats?
Because, like, in the comments of one of the things I seen after I clicked that, somebody wrote, wait a second, do, like, advent calendars count? It's where is the
Define wheel and define door.
define wheel and define door? Now, let's just define it amongst ourselves. Wheel on a vehicle, door, ingress, egress of a office, bedroom, bathroom, etc. For instance, in here we have
Doors.
2,
Door.
3, 4.
Doors all day.
100% doors. There's
many-
fucking 50 doors in
How
this
many
building.
doors are on a Miata? Is it just 2?
Two.
It's 2.
How many doors are on a Forerunner? 5?
2 because
Two.
there's a hatch.
No, 4.
4
Pickup
on it and a
truck?
hatch.
I'm sorry, 4 in the hatch.
Yeah, but if you have a lift back, that's technically a
that
door.
count as a door?
Or a hatchback.
Well,
is
see,
a
that's
fifth,
the thing.
fifth
Is we
door.
we didn't start this. We're just trying to.
A
I need a
hatchback
little
is fifth door.
clarification.
All cars have
4
wheels.
at least.
Unless it's a
Many
dually.
cars only have 2 doors.
Yeah.
But a lot of cars have more than 4 doors.
If you're
Count a
talking
hatch.
automotive, I bet you it equals
This
out.
just says in the world. So
doors,
like there's office buildings, right? So an office building,
not on wheels.
but
Oh wait,
potentially
but chairs,
thousands of doors.
All the
the
chairs
chairs
in the
really-
office
See,
have
this
wheels.
is the thing. This is endless.
Okay, if we're talking about everything in the world, wheels. Because chairs have 5 wheels. Done. There's 1,000 chairs in an office building. That's way more doors, way more wheels than doors, right there.
Yeah.
Right.
And on every coupe, you have 4 to 2.
At least, right.
Yep. And on every 5 door, you have 5 to 4. So that never equals out. I think
Plus, on
wheels
a lot of
always-
SUVs and utility-based vehicles, there's a 5th wheel.
Yep. And dualies.
And dualies is more, and semis is more.
Yeah, I
Wheels.
think wheels wins.
All over. Wheels is the all-time. Hell in the Cell, Wheels takes the cake.
So you're saying
There are wheels everywhere.
Wheels is the Undertaker
Yeah.
of this.
Wheels is a wheel one.
It's wheel good.
It's wheel good. Big wheelie style.
Hey, we bring things to the table, or listeners bring things to the table,
That was a good one.
and we bring things to the table that make people think.
Yeah.
I'm going to be thinking about that for a while.
I mean, like,
That's going to haunt me at night.
it's not. It's a little uncomfortable.
Printers have wheels on them, some of them.
They also have doors.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
Oh, fuck.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news here.
The cake is a lie.
That vacuum has wheels on it.
But it
It's also got a
has
door.
You could argue it has a door.
The door is ajar. The door is ajar. Wait, drawers? Are those doors?
No, those are drawers.
That's a couple letters away from a door.
Yeah, but I'm thinking a door is something you can enter and exit.
But a drawer. might
Everybody's
have
got a
wheels.
butt.
A drawer might have wheels.
You could enter and exit a butt.
A drawer does have wheels because it rolls on the wheels to, smoothly.
If you got nice drawers, they have wheels.
Right? Yeah. Self-closing. Et
So
cetera,
many
et cetera.
plastic bins that are drawers that have wheels, though.
Right. Do you consider a bearing a wheel?
No.
A sealed bearing and a
No.
skateboard wheel? Skateboard wheels?
Skateboard wheels, yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of wheels.
No doors.
One could argue that a bearing is a wheel.
It's not a
Right,
wheel.
because it is technically,
It's not.
You could use it as a wheel. And then
For 2 seconds.
but
No.
it's still again, that vacuum has wheels. Depending upon the application, you put bearings on that vacuum, it'll last a while.
A bearing is not a wheel. It could never be a wheel. Just like a pizza is never a fucking sandwich. Don't. It's not.
We're not going to get into that one. That one's way too heavy right now.
Yeah.
I
I don't know now.
right.
Because of
I'm
the-
questioning
I have a
everything.
lot
Because of the
thinking to do.
printers.
I'm questioning. There's right.
The printers have thrown it off for me.
Why do so many things have doors and wheels?
Because humans haven't gotten that far in the grand scheme of things.
We're surrounded by doors and wheels.
That's all
yeah.
there really is if you think about
Yeah.
it.
Oh my God. A train.
Oh my God.
Get counting.
Lots of wheels.
So many wheels, so many doors. Wow. A
Yeah.
train is a door and wheel anomaly. There is. Oh my God, there's so many of them.
Do you, dare I say, do you count doors on things like a camera,
Oh, Jesus
No.
Christ.
battery door?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's hinged, is it a door?
Not everything that's hinged is a door.
What is hinged that isn't a door?
A window.
Window shutter.
Yeah.
Oh.
That could be a window door.
See,
We're
maybe
getting
we,
a fine line here.
maybe we draw the line.
If
with
they're
that.
climbing in your windows and snatching your people up, that's
Oh
a
my
door.
God, a fucking screen door
That's a
has
door.
wheels and a
Yeah,
door,
I was
A
just trying to think of
sliding-
a door that has
like a
wheels.
track. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Again,
There's
man,
more wheels on that door though, so wheels takes a W on that.
This is what I mean. We're gonna be here forever. I bet that gummy bear was made with wheels and doors somehow.
Yeah, it'd have to have gotten here on wheels.
We haven't even touched
Faster
factories.
doors.
Haven't even touched factories.
How many wheels did that bear travel on? And how many doors did it
Conveyor
go
belt
through?
that it just
Oh my God,
You could
conveyor
hear it.
belts. So many fucking wheels
There's
on a conveyor
tons
belt.
of wheels, right? Lots of doors in
What
manufacturing.
about doors on wheels?
Doors on wheels. What's a door on wheels?
I don't know. Kinda said it.
a car is a door on wheels.
A car is a door on
Doors,
wheels.
doors on
Doors
wheels.
on wheels. Again,
No more lock.
this is it. You heard it here. March 9th, 2022.
We don't
Said
know.
that?
This is
Who
where-
brought this topic
This
up?
is where it began. This was by
I bet he didn't. Yeah, I bet they didn't. Who am I to assume it's 2022?
mixed by Jario. And this actually, the post, this is just a screenshot, but the actual post came from Meme Czar on Instagram. It looks like he just sent,
Remember the Jim
sent a
Carrey
post.
movie, The Number 23?
yeah, and it just
Yeah,
kept
that
appearing.
was
Spreads for
crazy.
people. That's what this is.
Right.
I remember I watched that, and the first time I watched it, my mouth was open
Great.
from the beginning of the plot to the end, and I was like, I know nothing that
Is
happened.
your mouth a door?
Your mouth. It is a door.
I mean, these are the hard hitting questions.
Unless you're smiling like a donut, then it's a port.
Could roll your head like a wheel.
I guess so.
Oh my God. All right. I think that's going to do it.
Thank God.
Yeah. It's endless.
Thank God.
This my entire drive home is ruined already because I'm going to be thinking.
No
of-
music. Just
Yeah. Just
doors and windows.
what is a door? What is a wheel? How many do we have?
The episode
Whoa.
of Rick and Morty when they're in the car. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah!
We will be back to answer all of your very in-depth questions, like how many, wheels versus doors next week. We're going to get the boys' opinion too, so it's never going to end. This might be the whole podcast next week.
Yeah. Speaking for Chuck once again and one final time. That's going to be a good one for him, I think.
Ben, thank you for coming to hang out.
Thanks for having me.
We will be back next week. Be sure to tune in to our YouTube channel. Again, that's revivalmotoring.com. You can be linked to our YouTube channel from there. Then you can check out the other shows, Talking Motorcycles. Oh, huge thing. Absolutely huge congrats to Tom and his significant other, Sam, I believe, if I recall. The news is out there. You'll figure it out. But congrats to them. So also check out Topics Under the Stairs, the Circle Jerks podcast. And again, visit our website, revivalmotoring.com. We'll see you next week. Oh, shouts to Tim Connors. We love it, buddy, even though they didn't like Reese's. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye. See you later, you sexy son of a bitches.
Or Tim.
I agree with him. Window tracks do have wheels and doors.
Tim's going to shower in the fetal position tonight.
See ya.